Like, this is real life. Like, what are you doing?
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to 16 Fix for another Bargain Bin Bros video. It has been a while. It's been, I think, about 2 months since we had the Bargain Bin Bros together. It's been kind of an uncertain time when it comes to bargains right now. So I haven't had that much to talk about, but we're going to be talking about the InArt Joker for probably 2 to 3 hours. So if that's not what you're here for, then I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. But let me introduce my panel here. Starting off, we've got Eddie Money Mendez. Eddie, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm excited to be here. I haven't streamed in a while, so this is my first time back in like 3 months, dude. So,
3 months? Wow. Okay, I know I've invited you a few times and you told me to F off, so.
Yeah, usually that's the case. It's like if I even see a message from Marco on Facebook or a text message, I'm like, yeah, fuck this guy.
I wouldn't worry about it too much, Marco. The guy only subbed me yesterday because Pete practically begged him, like, Wow. And then he outed himself going, okay, fine.
I guess.
Just kidding. I really do appreciate it. We got there anyway. I do appreciate it.
Yeah,
all right, so, well, Eddie, thank you for joining. And on that, we've got Shane, 16 Figure Focus, who just hit 2,000 subscribers. Shane, how you doing?
Thanks very much. I really do appreciate it. All jokes aside, anyone who's taking the time to watch any videos, like any videos, subscribe to the channel, invite me on the chat, troll me, getting a bit of that, but that happens. Really do appreciate it. And I think the reason we haven't had Bargain Bin Bros in a while is because maybe we were on a wait list. Maybe
there you go.
We just got a waitlist conversion here. That's where we're back.
I love that. I love that idea right there. Well, Shane, thank you for joining. And last and certainly least, we have my buddy Joao Breda. Big Breda. Joao, how you doing today?
I'm doing amazing. And it's so nice to stream again. It's been a while for me too. I was on holidays. Last stream I did, I think, was with LWO. It's basically the stream I'm more into.
That last LWO stream you were on too was off the rails. That was a crazy episode.
Yeah, because I cannot stream on weekdays now because of work and so on. Because for you guys in US, it's my working time, your evenings, right? So the weekend is when I have time. But all it's good. I'm a bit of personal issue. I'm getting a bit of weight. I don't know why. I cannot exercise for the last 2 months. I have a problem in my knee.
Oh no, because you normally ride your bike, right?
Every day. And I'm officially almost a no-neck crew.
Honorary no-neck crew.
Jesus. I'm seeing myself on camera and where is my neck?
Oh boy. You know what?
Yeah, once you stop exercise and then you're with 40 years old, it's difficult.
Yeah, no, so I've been trying to get back into the swing of things, trying to shed some pandemic weight because I'm in a wedding in a few months, and it is hard. You're right. The older you get, it just doesn't come off as quick. So it's, to get the neck back is tough. It's tough.
There's Daniel Craig. Okay, I know Daniel Craig's a fucking anomaly.
God, let's not talk about that.
When he was saying that, like, I think he's been interviewed about the Bond weight in the famous scene where he walks out of I think it's Casino Royale. He walks out of the beach or whatever, the sea, and he was like saying, like, once you hit like 50, he said it's like impossible to get into that shape again. Like, and he that coming from a guy who's been at that shape and has like his own dietitian, physio, trainer, someone shouting at him, getting him up in the morning, like everyone motivating him, and he said it's just fucking really hard, like so.
Yeah, no, I can only imagine that.
Even
with the
God's
best resources.
bleed.
Yeah, that's right. And, I was just watching Guardians 2 in preparation for Guardians 3, and to see Star-Lord he was so thin, he was like ripped in the second film and the first one. And then obviously, like, they make some jokes about him putting on weight. He's still in incredible shape, but nowhere near where he was, to kind of start the series. So, yeah.
There's one guy that he always keeps... I think he has a very good shape and always keeps exercising, but I don't remember. He's a very famous actor. He's always doing Instagram reels, doing exercise.
Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Is it Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah. Tell me a movie from him.
I was gonna guess this motherfucker, Hugh Jackman.
Oh, Hugh Jackman. He has been working out a lot lately.
I'm talking about
Mark Wahlberg. He's in he's in everything pretty much.
He's in
wasn't he
the
in the new
newer Transformer
Transformers?
movies.
Departed, wasn't he in Departed
Yeah,
as well?
Yeah.
exactly.
Is this this
Oh,
guy?
Mark
Yeah.
Wahlberg.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
he goes to bed. Megan actually showed me this. She sent me this thing on Instagram, and it's basically his like fucking his routine of like his daily routine. Like the dude like gets up at 2:30 a.m. and he goes to bed at
Yeah.
7:30 p.m. and it's like 1 hour time with family, half an hour reflection time. The guy's a fucking freak, like but like that's that he trains twice a day. Like he's ridiculous. Like
He takes a lot of
Marky
supplements and all kinds.
But just now you took this opportunity to flex your Wolverine. Is a new addition.
Yeah,
to
I
the
just added it. It was a shout out to Scott Bradley in the community, who was getting rid of a few things. I had to say no to a lot of stuff, but he was going to make me a great deal, and this was something I couldn't pass on. So because Gigi's going to be taking 2 months off of work to study for the bar, it's like, okay, I should probably be a little disciplined right now and not pick up things I wasn't already planning to. But I had to tell her, Gigi, it's the Wolverine. I had to add this one. So, and he made me an incredible deal. Couldn't pass it up. But let's talk
I
about
think
what you guys.
deserve it.
I deserve it. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I've done a lot for myself mostly, but let's talk about what you guys might have coming in. Eddie, you've got something exciting coming in today, right?
Yeah, if it ships today, I finally will be getting my InArt Joker rooted 2-pack. So DHL says it's supposed to come today, so I stayed home from work today. Just so that way,
Nice.
like, if I need to be here, because I'm going out of town this
I
weekend.
love that.
Priorities right here. So
I
if
love
it
every
doesn't
bit of
come, you're
that.
going to be pissed.
I don't want it sitting by my door, or I need to be here when that gets here. So, yeah, and I'm not gonna be here this weekend. So if it ships tomorrow, like it'll be sitting here all weekend. I'll be worried about it, So, yeah, that's.
I don't know if their DHL works that way, but here, for example, when it's on delivery, right, you have like a map, and you can see the car, how far it is from your home,
Yeah.
and like we really can see like it's 1 kilometer or how many meters or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I think that's way it's easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Normally
mine's-
I'm like checking every 5 minutes, like has it moved? But I haven't checked it at all today.
Always refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine's supposed to be here today as well, but it was in San Francisco as of this morning. So I don't know how quickly DHL moves, but that feels like it's not going to maybe reach my doorstep this week.
Yeah, I was
You already
expecting.
wait off here. You can wait a bit more. What's the problem, right?
Exactly. That's where I'm at.
I was expecting it to be like mid next week, because I barely paid it off on like Monday or like last weekend, so it was pretty quick. So
Awesome, man. Well, excited to hear your thoughts on that. And since you've been kind of in and out of the 1/6 game, hopefully this will respark
like-
your passion.
I'm like super in right now, because I just got my clone trooper pilot yesterday for May the 4th, so that was cool. I've been getting a lot of stuff lately, and I bought like a bunch of stuff for like it's fitting for bargain bin bros. There was a lot of good bargains yesterday from Sideshow. Like they had
Oh,
like
you
if
went
you
in on-
watch their
Yeah.
if you watch their live stream, they had this mix and match deal to where if you bought 2 figures, you got $125 off, and if you bought 3, you got $225 off. So I got
It's a free figure.
I got Deathwatch Mando, Captain Vaughn, and Axe Wolves, all for like I think it was like 500 total. So yeah, it's
Heck
like
yeah.
a free one pretty much.
Great
So
deal.
like those were just ones that I was waiting on,
Yeah,
to get good
smart.
deals
At this
on.
point, you got to wait. So that's a nice little deal right there.
Yeah.
Let me, Eddie, let me introduce our other guest here. We've got Calvin, the low-key collector. Calvin, how you doing? Coming in from the office.
You are muted.
All right. You're muted, Calvin.
You are muted.
Still muted, Calvin.
Is that good? Did I hit it now?
Yeah, we can
no,
hear you.
it's
We
good.
can hear you perfectly.
Welcome
steering
to
wheel
the
is hiding the bucket.
Marco stream and the guys.
Button. What's up, everybody?
Hey,
up, dude?
Calvin.
My man
So-
Eddie's on. Damn, what y'all do? Oh, well, he just said he took the day off, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to make him a really good deal to pull him out of retirement, but finally we're able to come to terms.
Congrats on Joker. I think I'm gonna be the last person to get mine, but it is what
Dang,
it is.
Calvin, you've had that invoice paid for a minute too. That's a bummer.
I'm telling you, let me get to China. Ever come across Philip? We got problems. But it's all right.
That's right. Oh boy. Well, you should tell Shane, since that's one of his sponsors. You should have him send him a message.
Oh,
Nah, I thought that was Dan and Dre's new sponsor.
That's
Didn't
right.
they reach
That's
out
their
to
new
them?
sponsor.
They just reach out to them trying
Go
to suck
fuck
them
yourself.
in. So
Oh man.
I got you, Shane. I won't let him do that shit. I got you.
Yeah.
Well, Calvin, thank you for joining. I want to hear what everyone else has coming in, but really quickly, let me check in with the chat here. Since this always takes me about a billion years to do, we're going to try to get through it a little bit quicker today. We got Tukathri in the house. Sup, gentlemen? Hey, Tukathri, thank you for joining. We got Doc Smizzle. Dude, if you ain't playing Jedi Survivor with a mullet and a mustache / handlebars, you ain't playing Jedi Survivor. It actually makes me want to get the game even more, knowing these are options. So we'll talk about that in just a second. We got Jazzy in the house.
Talking about that.
Come on, that's where the other 2 hours. So 2 hours of
I
InArt
haven't
Joker,
played
2
yet.
hours. I know I haven't even touched it yet either. We're gonna talk about just whether we're getting a figure or not. That's it. That'll be the limit of it. Jazzy is off today. Hey Jazzy, thank you for joining. Let's chill. Heck yeah. We got Jose Hernandez in the house. What's up, everybody? Hey Jose, thank you for being in here. We got Absolute Irwin, Bargain Bin Bangers, bring it. Wow, love that. Irwin, thank you for being in here. We got Gigi in here, which I'm not sure how. I think I blocked her, but she's still finding a way in somehow. So, Gigi, thank you for joining. We got Fig Fate. What's going on, everyone? Hey, Fig Fate, thank you for being in here. We got Tyria in the house. Hey, hi, with the smile. There you go. Love it. Thank you for being in here. We got Tsunamo09. What up, all? Big letdown for me. I don't care much for Clone Wars. Yeah, it was a hit and miss May 4th for sure. I think we've seen a lot of speculation, so we don't need to retread that ground. But we don't need a ton more pre-orders, honestly. But I know everyone's wish list for Return of the Jedi at the very least is long, so disappointing at least in that respect. Thank you for joining. We got Agent Silver Fox in the house. Hi guys. Shane, you were hanging out with Agent Silver Fox at Celebration, right?
Yeah.
That dude's an absolute legend.
You and Calvin.
Pardon?
Yes, sir. That's
You
my
and
name.
Calvin were
yeah.
hanging.
Like, and I was hanging with Calvin, who's a legend, but then Ian was actually noticeable a legend too. Like, so like the two boys, I think they were trying to out-legend each other, to be honest. Like, but
No, that was between you two. You know, both y'all had the dance battle. I just recorded it.
Yeah. I don't like that there's footage of that. And dance, Calvin's using the word dance very, very loosely. Let's be honest.
I saw those videos.
Yeah, I did too.
That's too much. I need to see these. Yeah, Shane, you didn't strike me for much of a dancer, but now I got to see these videos.
Yeah.
Yo, this is the way.
That's right. Agent Silver Fox, thank you for being in here. Absolute Irwin is saying Money Mendez, Big Bretta, and Shane, and Calvin. Love it, Marco. What a pool. I know this is a hell of a panel I put together. I don't know how I got this, but fortunate for all of us today. Equan, damn, how'd you get Eddie out of retirement? Like I said, it was a backdoor deal. And I'll just leave it at that. So next visit to Disneyland, if we disappear for a little bit, just mind your business. What were we going to say, Eddie?
Marco, man.
See, Eddie, they always have to
Love
take
Marco,
it
dude.
there. See? They
I
always
know,
gotta take
man.
it
It's
there.
always.
We take it there because it goes there.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta go there. Nah, y'all
Don't
go
lump
there.
me in with Cuervo. Don't lump me in with Cuervo.
Me and Eddie
all
be
right?
like, we ain't with that
And
shit.
and don't
Cool.
forget Yutsby, all you guys.
Oh yeah.
all three
There
of
Oh
you
you
go.
guys.
man, we're
The
just
trio.
very comfortable
Trying to
with
make
one
it
another.
awkward.
That's real friendship right there. Irwin giving a shout out for hitting 1K. Thank you for that. We do want to do a 1K celebration eventually. I know I've been promising it, but Gigi has been very busy, so stars have not aligned to pull her out of retirement just yet.
What?
Gigi's asking if Big Bretta has tried Pilates. It's great for people who have injuries.
I'm 40. I'm not in retirement.
Man, Pilates and yoga, they're harder than they look. Like,
Yeah, dude.
You would be sweating balls, man. It's and you feel amazing after it. Like you're just like sleeping with a baby.
Do you do it?
I've done Pilates once or twice. I've done yoga a good bit, and like, you know, if you have any little niggling injuries or just kind of, if you're a bit tender or whatever, it's really good. Like, but you have to have it. It's only as good as the instructor in front of you who'll actually explain the different poses and stretches and tell you they're right. Hold that for another 30 seconds, and you're like, what? But like really, absolutely sweating, and I didn't think I would find it as tough as I did, but you do sleep like a baby after a good stretch.
Yeah, worth a shot. Every time I do yoga, I always get yelled at because I'm not very flexible. The instructors will come and like push and prod on me, and it's not always the most fun. But yeah, I've been meaning to get back out there. Let's see. We got Red Wolf in the house. What's up, everyone? Exercising helps, but the real difference is diet. Yeah, that's the toughest part for us, honestly. It's like you can get out there, walk, go to the gym, but when you're not correcting your diet, and it's hard. You get chips in the house, and it's game over. So,
Yeah.
Red Wolf,
You're pissing against the wind, like.
that's right. It's true. It's all the work you just did.
I heard this phrase before. It's like 6-packs. They're not made in the gym. They're made in the kitchen. So
Hey, love that.
make friends with salad.
That's right. We're all trying here. We're all in the struggle together. Thank you for being in here, Red Wolf. 6-Scale Gallery. Howdy, gentlemen. Hey, thank you for being in here. Let's see. Jazzy is saying steroids fix everything.
Wow,
yeah,
he's right.
There you go. Worst comes to worst, break glass. Brett, if we see you shredded, we're gonna either know that you hired Hugh Jackman's trainer. What was that, Calvin?
It doesn't help the draw dropping department now.
Oh, there you go.
He's going to have to change his name to Big Shredder.
Big shred.
I may need to
Incredible.
contact Liver King.
Oh man.
Well, amazing. So Jose's saying he got the Wolverine already. Yeah, just got it in yesterday. So it's going to be a nice week for me. I just got Ahsoka as well, and hopefully Joker later today. So they are rolling in. Let's see. I'm way behind here. Let's try to catch up. We got 1-6-figure focus in the house. Talking about the diet. Yep, that's true. We got Shiny. 4 good you-know-whats. All right. Yeah, that's right. And 5 now.
Best
with
comment
Calvin,
of the
so.
show.
Incredible.
In Ireland and England and Australia, that is the ultimate compliment.
There you
I'm
go.
not lying.
I can't even say that word because it just doesn't feel right coming out of my mouth. So I will leave that to the professionals.
You're not trying hard enough.
I will leave that to the professionals overseas, Shiny, thank you for being in here. We got Brandon Salad in the house. Triple B gang. Hey, Brandon, thank you for joining. Let's see. We got Yomo in the house. Sup, fellas? Happy Revenge of the 5th. Hey, thank you for joining, Yomo. We got Mark P. Good afternoon, everyone. And I'm just seeing this right now. Yomo, thank you for joining. Thank you, Mark P, for joining. We got Shane with the super chat. What an absolute legend. 11.99 euros. Marco is monetized now. Super chats are working. Just checking that he accepts more than Mexican pesos. Such a Ben Thomas thing to say. Shane, thank you so much.
I'm hanging around with Ben too much. In fairness, I don't think my channel mightn't even exist if it wasn't for you. Because when I made the pilot, I showed it to you and you gave me encouragement. So it's my fault. He unleashed me on the internet.
Oh boy, I know I can't take it back now. But Shane, thank you so much for that. Thank you for being in here. Absolute legend. And congratulations on the 2K as well. Incredible times all around. So yeah, absolute legend there. Tremble Dust, whoa, at Backdoor. Yeah, whoops. Let's see. I think first time here on this channel, she with big boobs. Yo.
Wow.
Thank you for joining. Incredible. Incredible that you're able to make it out today. Let's see. And last one, we got Star Cash 1138. Moderation is key. With all things in life, with collecting, with eating, with everything, moderation is key. It's so hard to balance sometimes, though. It really is. So, hey, thank you for being in here. So with that, let's start with our warm-up topics, if y'all wouldn't mind. So let's just go over here. And while I have these up, if anyone wants to talk about things that they're getting in, feel free to pepper it in. But let's just get on to this. So Mars Toys, either last night or earlier today, teased a Cara Dune. So obviously we know the controversy around Cara Dune. But interesting that, a company would do it. I think a lot of folks have been speculating this might be coming because, the Mando line is deep. And this is a glaring hole in it. Obviously, Grief Karga as well. But I would assume that's probably coming for this season. So, Eddie, I'm going to start with you. Thoughts on Cara Dune? I know you're a Mando person. I don't know, maybe you've fallen off after this last season. But is this something you'd be tempted by?
Yeah, dude. She's like a staple in the first season, and that was my favorite season, so I would definitely I hadn't seen this tease, so that's really cool. And Mars Toys is doing good, so I'd be excited to see how this turns out. And I think it's I've been trying to not get third party stuff too much, but with this one, I don't think we'll ever see it from Hot Toys, so I'd definitely be interested in one of the third party groups making one of these. So yeah, I think that's really cool. I think it looks really good too. From this render. So
Yeah, and this is like one that you'd have to go sculpted, right? So it's cool that they're sculpting that hair.
Unless it's InArt, I always want sculpted. I'll let you
Not
know
have
after
to
today if that opinion changes when I get Joker. So
Yeah. Make sure you got your paint brushes out so you can finagle that hair. But so Shane, what do you think about this one? Anything that you'd be interested in?
You were going to say FOTS, weren't you? You were going to say FOTS. Yeah.
Maybe. But
it's
I've
okay.
I've seen shit collectors say.
Yeah, I'm going to put Finagle into the next one. Thanks for
you
contact, Marco.
It's a versatile
You've just
word.
collabed. You don't realize it.
There you go. We're always giving you fodder for the next video. What do you think of this one?
Yeah. I find it very difficult to tell if these sculpts are good when it's just a 3D render without the paint. It sounds like a cop out, but I don't know. I can't tell if it's good or not. Basically, I can kind of see it, but then I'm kind of like, is her jaw that big? But I know if it's a good paint job, I'd be like, this could be amazing. So that's where I'm at the moment. I don't know if this is good or not. Really, I need to see with the paint. No matter how good it is, I won't get it anyway. To be quite honest, when it comes to Mando, I'm a little worried because season 3 I found it very underwhelming. Whereas season 1 and 2, and even what I call 2.5, and a lot of people call 2.5, the episode 5 and 6 of the Book of Boba Fett, and I suppose not so much 7, but the quality was so good, his story. And when I think about my collection, I think about what representation do I want from the Book of Boba Fett. I don't need everything. I don't need the side characters. I just have those big moments, like obviously, a version of Beskar Mando. The Boba Robot 2-pack, his return, love that episode. The Ahsoka, the Mando Luke. There's very little in between then, So, no, it's not a character I'd be interested in, and but I am looking forward to seeing when they paint it up if it looks good.
You're so right, though. The painting is such an important part of it because you could see this prototype like this, and then before you know it, once you see it painted, it's like it's lost a lot of that visual fidelity. So. Joao, what do you think of this one? Correct us if I've said anything, mischaracterized anything. This is Mars Toys, right? I know Kit posted this earlier.
His Kit posted, but is from Mars Toys. And judging from what they have been releasing recently, I have no doubt they can do a great work on this, right? But the question is, are they doing just a head sculpt or are they doing a full figure? I highly doubt they are doing a full figure. If it's only the head sculpt, I don't see it, at least for me, a big interest, because I don't want to build a Cara Dune by myself. It's a bit intricate with all that suit and everything, with the body, especially with the body, because she's a strong character, right? So I don't know, we need to wait, but I will be definitely getting it. If it was like a full figure, I would definitely get it.
Has Mars done that in the past where it's just a head sculpt they've released?
No. Not yet, no. But I think, I don't know if I have idea that you mentioned this, or I don't know if it's Zach or Dean that talked about this in the last episode of Collecting Weekly, that Mars Toys, in some way it seems they are risking too much because they are going into all the properties, going to doing everything, and now even are risking into Star Wars. I don't know if they are not exposing themselves too much, and in the long run maybe it will be harmful for them. I don't know. So I feel a bit strange they are going to do a full Cara Dune like this. I don't know.
Star Wars.
That was my concern that I mentioned. Sorry, Eddie, just really quick. On the last CW I mentioned, they're doing so much stuff. Can they deliver in a timely fashion? Because it feels like every week we're getting announcements from a bunch of properties. So it's a bit concerning.
You need to remember one thing, is that Mars Toys still have figures that they put for pre-order 1 or 2 years ago that they didn't release yet. These recent releases, they are being very fast, but is for stuff they put on pre-order recently. But they have stuff from before, from the Breaking Bad. They also have, what is that movie that Leonardo DiCaprio played, that he's even fighting a bear and everything. What's the name of the
Revenant.
Revenant, yeah, they have the Revenant also. They didn't put out yet. Now they have some things that they have a bit of a backlog.
It's a bit concerning for sure. So Eddie, what were you saying?
They do the bear.
They did the bear.
I was gonna say, like, I wonder if Star Wars is more, if that license, or Disney, I guess it's Disney now, like if they're like more protective of the license, because we hardly ever see Star Wars third party stuff. So like I think there was like a Mace once, but like other than that I don't know much third party Star Wars stuff.
Is it because Star Wars is less popular overseas? No, I say that overseas in jest, but in the China market, is it just a bit less popular outside of Mando, right? Like that's kind of the one that's struck a chord, I think. But I guess I would defer to Joao to speak to that. The rest of Star Wars isn't super, super popular, yeah. All right. Anyways, yeah, I did ask a question of you, but that's all good.
Okay, go on again. I was
just asking about
chat about something.
Yeah. So anyways, I was just asking about the popularity of Star Wars outside of Mando, and maybe that's the reason why we haven't seen it from third-party companies, because it's just not as popular in China.
No, but actually you had before Toys Work did the Mace Window.
Yeah.
Mace Window, right? And then there was recently there was the Anakin, the Alpha. The
there
chosen
was
one
an Anakin with the really
Anakin.
shitty hair. Yeah.
And just now, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, there was a quarter scale Obi-Wan from the prequels. That was
Really?
Daft Toys is doing that. Yan Toys, Daft Toys, they are doing that quarter scale Obi-Wan.
I gotta find that.
You need to know, because these companies, for example, Daft Toys, Mars Toys, and so on, in the beginning when they were just starting, maybe they were focusing too much on the Chinese market, but now they see that the market is really high overseas. That's why, like for example, this Romero Joker, it was not sold even in China. It was basically only for stores that sell overseas, like TNS, 16 Kit, and such. There was a very few units coming to China market. So
That's like really fascinating to think about. So yeah, so they're catering to a different market.
they cater, of course,
Yeah,
because in
yeah.
China, very few people will collect the 66 Batman.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wonder with InArt, kind of coming into the fold, a lot more people are familiar now with where to get, third-party figures, or where to get figures that aren't licensed for the U.S. I know that was a kind of a blind spot of mine. And then now, after doing that research, I feel more comfortable. Like, okay, I can go to Kid, I can go to, some other sellers to get these figures. So maybe that pipeline's a bit stronger now.
Yeah, but you can inform everyone because of this InArt, right? Because InArt took many people out of Sideshow and going to search for other stores, for example, overseas stores like the Kit or something like that. And as you can see now, 16 Kit, basically every new figure that he has on pre-order, they are all hidden behind the login that you need to enter in the website, because he's being targeted, because he's having a lot of heat, right, going to his store.
Traction. Yeah.
Yeah. So when these stores get traction, they need to. Giant Toy did this before. In Giant Toy, most of their figures that go for pre-order, you need to log in to see inside. And Kit is doing the same to protect the store.
Yeah, I've kind of always been concerned about that. He's been flying under the radar for a while, and now there's a lot more popularity around these figures and other releases. So don't want that negative heat on him. So Calvin, what do you think about this one? Cara Dune, one that you would consider at all to kind of round out the Mando display?
Negative. I got too many other options for Mando to worry about this one. So no, I wouldn't. And I'm driving down the traffic right now, so I've tried to glance at it real quick with the render, but no, it would be a pass for me.
All right, for sure, man. No, definitely don't want you glancing at too much stuff.
That's interesting that everybody's kind of like out on Cara Dune. Like, people just want Mandalorians from Mando? Because I feel like, I know she's not in season 3 and she's not in much of 2, but in season 1 she was like a main character.
No,
Like-
she's cool in one, but I'm just as far as representation on the show, because I didn't Bo-Katan, I didn't necessarily want her for season 2, but this last season she kind of piqued my interest a lot more, so I finally went and picked her up.
I was the same way with Bo-Katan. You know, that episode where Mando gets captured, that sold her for me. I was like, oh, I'm all in
You know
on this character now.
You know what's funny? Like, I don't know if you guys watched Clone Wars before season 3 of Mando, but I liked her a lot more in Clone Wars. And I'm not one of the haters of season 3 of Mando, but I liked her less in season 3 of Mando than I did in Clone Wars. It actually made me not like her as much. So
Bo-Katan?
yeah, I liked her less. So I think that's interesting that like a lot of people like started to
Is
like
that
her.
maybe because she wasn't particularly well written in season 3?
I would feel so. I kind of feel like they kind of just handed her everything. Like, I know it's kind of the same in Clone Wars, but she had a lot more like action and story behind her in Clone Wars and like history. And in Mando, they kind of just, like, here's the Darksaber, you know, like here's everything, and then they destroy it, and it's like, God. So, you know,
Felt a
I
bit
don't know.
rushed, didn't it?
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
just interesting that like people that didn't like have the love for Clone Wars before, now they love Bo-Katan. It's like I loved her before, now I like her a little less.
Yeah,
You,
I
you,
can see
you've
that,
watched
though.
all 7 seasons of Clone Wars, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Marco,
And
where are
Rebels.
you?
I'm still at the end of season 2. I'm stuck
Yeah.
on the end of season 2.
I've stuck with. I've got through season 3. I think I've been told I've done my time now. I've been told it gets a
Now
lot
it's gonna
better.
get good.
No,
It gets
you
better.
need to go one more. I think the first 4 seasons are the worst. Not the worst. It gets better after
Yeah,
the
'cause-
third season, but then from fourth starts
It's-
to pick up and it's all good.
It's kind of like a troll because like in the middle of season 3 it gets really good, but then there's a lull again for a little while. Yeah.
I can't
Really
wait.
quickly, I just want to highlight a few comments. Doc Smizzle saying, "I've been simping for Bo since Clone Wars." Yeah, I think a lot more people are simping now. Tremble Dust says, "I would hop on Cara Dune and hop on getting a fig of her." I love to hear it. And then Shiny with some incredible comments on what they would call this: the shafted shock trooper, or the canceled companion, or the terrible tweeter. All beautiful, all beautiful.
I'm still back at a Tremble Dust comment going, make sure there's a safe word, bro.
Oh my god, incredible!
She was an
Coming
ex-UFC
with
fighter, like.
the- Yeah, she'll
I like
choke
the
you
thick,
out
but
and
she's
maybe not
she's a
a,
little thick on the opposite side for me.
a little too thick. You said, Calvin?
I said I like him thick, but she a little thick on the opposite side. She got muscle
No.
mass. I don't know about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I'm not afraid of a.
Maximus, but I don't know about the muscle.
Oh man, I'm not afraid of all that muscle, but yeah, you have to tread lightly. So let's see who else hasn't spoke about this one. I think we've all had a round here, so let's move on to the next one we wanted to discuss. And so this was the tease from Iconic here on the next figure that may be coming. So this is I think a logo that Akuma wears on the back of his clothing. I wouldn't know what this stands for, but and
This
won't even
means
pretend to.
civilian in
There you
Chinese.
go. That's right. So Akuma, you know, they're definitely getting a lot of mileage out of that the Ryu body, excuse me, that they've reused for Ken, and then they're likely going to reuse here for Akuma. But anyone at all familiar with this character, and does this excite anybody?
This from Street Fighter 5, right?
I believe so. I don't know when his first appearance was, but I believe Street Fighter V is the line that they're going down.
You know, when I saw this announcement, I know the character. I never played the Street Fighter 5, and just before the stream, I was downloading for PS5 the Street Fighter 5, and I just did a first training, a basic training with Ken and Rio, and it's actually a very good game. Seems the graphics and the gameplay, it's really good. I never played.
Okay.
Or if I played was some time ago. I don't remember really. But this character, yeah, this will be the same body. I'm just curious because they will need to change a lot of the tone in the silicone body. The color need to be changed. How will they incorporate? I think the ends are easy because they can just do the ends like they do with Rio, to use that ropes around the hands. Those are easy, but it seems that Akuma used like a kind of sandals. I don't know how will they do that because the feet, they need the feet in silicone. So I don't know how will they manage to do that, but I think they must have a prototype ready at this moment.
Yeah, it seems like they're teasing and maybe ready to give us a bit more of a tease. So
Yeah,
TX
but
Boy
you
is
just
saying,
you just need to be clear that these photos are not from Iconic, right?
yeah. So
Iconic.
so
Yeah,
sorry,
he-
it was just getting to that. So really quick, TX Boy is saying this stands for Raging Demon was the symbol. So thank you for that. And then these are from a 1/4 statue. I think I've got the company here, PCS Collectibles. So yeah, so the last two pictures I showed were from a PCS collectible statue. Interesting that I think this other picture has his shirt off, which I've seen folks do with the Ryu. Obviously, the body is detailed enough that you could do that. So I don't know if that's going to be a big selling point for this character. I'm not as familiar. But you were going to say something, Eddie?
No, I wasn't. I thought this was the figure. I was like, holy shit, man, that body is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
apologies
you got me
for
with that one, man. Doesn't
Apologies
his
for not making it clear.
doesn't that symbol like isn't it in his skin too on his back? Or no, Joao or whoever plays Street Fighter, like I don't remember, but I could have swore
No
like he
idea.
has that tattoo on his back too. So like, will they be able to do that? I don't know.
Yeah,
I could be wrong. I don't know.
If that's indeed true, that'd be really interesting to see how they start incorporating things onto the body. I know it's been a sticking point for a while in terms of these Fison bodies, so maybe the back could be a bit more of a good starting point. Anyone else excited by Akuma at all?
Dude, these figures from this company look so good. I just don't like. I played Street Fighter as a kid in passing. Like I never really like was super into Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. Like that was not my thing. But the figures look so good that I would love to join the hype, but it's not for me.
You are right. He does have a tattoo on his back, but I don't know if in Street Fighter 5 they do show that. But I'm seeing a lot of photos with that, but I don't know if the game shows that.
Okay, so we'll see if this is included in this release. So Tremble Dust is saying this is very tempting, holding out for Chun-Li. Yeah, that's one that I think most folks would want to dive down, but it's seeming like obviously they spent a lot on that body, so they're going to get all the mileage they can out of it, which I understand. And this is different enough, I think you could maybe justify adding. Let's see, El Profesoro. Whoa, is that Eddie? Hey Mario, what are you doing? Get in here. You don't need that job that bad. Jump on in, bro. Let's see.
Mario.
Let's see. TX Boy is saying believe that Ryu's who has his version of the symbol on into his back. Oh, okay, so Ryu as well has that. And then Absolute Irwin is saying I think in Street Fighter 5 he looks like a lion/sunflower. Hope we get a regular head too. Yeah, that's an option that we could get multiple looks. I know that was my sticking point with Ken, and then they gave us the short hair and the long hair. So hopefully they give multiple looks. Did you have a thought on that, Eddie?
I think I do remember that what he's talking about, like, cause he's got the full hair all the way around his head. But that would like, I don't know, that would scare me with Fison, cause like that could damage the body, or cause the hair would be really spiky and shit. So I don't know, but it's interesting.
Yeah, we shall see. Hopefully more here very soon. So again, this is from the PCS collectible statue 1/4 scale. So if you're interested, that's a representation already, and this was the tease from Iconic. So with that, yeah, we don't have to talk about this one. Let's get out of there. I brought her in because I was like, I think Joao maybe said this is potentially the ultimate bargain bin. This may go lower than any other figure that we've seen. Yeah, I think that it came out looking pretty nice, but again, we don't have to relitigate that particular one. So let's go to this game that we normally play. So this is kind of a hot take game here, and what we're going to do is we're going to go through all the categories and then have everyone pick. Calvin, you let us know when you're ready for a category, all right? I know that you're kind of in and out of stuff, so
Go ahead.
you just...
What are we doing?
What was that?
Go ahead. What were the
Okay,
categories?
so we're gonna start with you then. So the categories here, and these are all hints towards what the figure we may be talking about are. Category A, hang it in the Louvre. I know you were recently there, so that's for you. B, why did we fall? It might not be what you think it is. Let's see. Category C, he wasn't your daddy. Category D, do it. Category E, bick it. Let's see. and then there's category F. There's no earthly way of knowing. So, Calvin, I'm going to start with you. Which category would you like? You could just say a letter if you want, if you don't remember all those.
I believe it was C. Not your daddy.
Okay. So he wasn't your daddy. All right. So the question is, and again, you've got to defend this take whether you believe it or not. We are going to get the full Guardians of the Galaxy team from Hot Toys. So I will pull this picture up. It was recently teased of the entire team, I think minus maybe Gamora. So Calvin, tell us why we're going to get the entirety of the Guardians of the Galaxy lineup for Volume 3.
Ultimately, I think it hinges off how well the movie does. I saw it twice yesterday. The movie's phenomenal.
Well, you're doing your part to make sure it does well. You saw it twice.
Well,
my God.
I got A-list, so I pay that $120 a month, and I can see it 12 times a month. So
Hell yeah.
if that's how you want to count mine, but okay. But no, the movie's great. They look great. So if they're really trying to put another team together, I think aesthetically they look like a dope ass hell of a team when they're all on screen standing together. Gamora, unfortunately, she's there, but she's not part of this team. It's not our Gamora that we know. So that's why she's missing in action. Because at first I was upset, like, man, where my girl at? But that'd be why.
Yeah,
It's not a spoiler. She's there.
It felt like a bit of a spoiler when they posted this picture and she wasn't there. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
what does that mean? You know?
The funny thing is, she'd be right next to Rocket, just on the outside. Like, that's it. She's there, but she's just not in the suit, so she's not in part of the uniform of the group. But they look great. I know I need me a Drax, so I'm hoping they do come out with the whole team, so I at least can get a Drax for representation. But I think for anybody that wants this collection, I think they will come out with it. I think it's a solid team, and the movie, like I said, the movie is great.
Nice. Well said, Calvin. So Joao, I'm going to kick it over to you next. So you don't have to defend any point. You could just tell us how you feel about these figures, anything you'd be interested in, and if you think we're going to get a full line or maybe just a handful of them.
I think if I haven't watched the movie, right? So if we what we are seeing here is the full line. I think it's easy for Hot Toys. I think basically they are going to redo the same head sculpts for Nebula. Rocket seems different from the Endgame one. I think we will have the same sculpt for Star-Lord too, and Drax probably too. So I think they just need to use the different suits. There's no meaning not to do the full line. I think it's easy for them to do it, and I think they will do. If not, they will not introduce it like this. Let me see that Rocket. Oh, seems the Endgame one, right?
No, so I think the Endgame one was screaming. So this is kind of the more
The
subdued.
Endgame one has the open mouth screaming.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if this from the Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 2, something like that, or if they really did a new sculpt for him. Anyway, I do like the full lineup. I just don't like much Groot. I don't know why it looks a bit strange.
Yeah, he's just too buff.
But yeah, it's interesting, especially for so many people that lost on Drax, that is going for crazy prices on the aftermarket. Now they have the option, but I don't know if you can remove the suit and have him if they did the full body, or you just can only use him with the suit, because I suppose you can only use him with the suit and that's it. But Nebula, I think I like Nebula from the Endgame. I think it was a very good figure and very underrated. I really think they did that head sculpt beautifully. But yeah, I guess they are going to do everything from this. But we never know without toys, right?
Yeah, you never know. That's the problem, is you can't count on it for sure. So Shane, what do you think about this? Any of these interest you at all? These are space civilians, but still, no. You think we're going to get a full line or just a handful?
I don't know, man. It could be another Hot Toys You Can Looky, No Touchy, because N1, they showed us that. It's not here. The Batman 2022 Batmobile, they showed us that. It's not here. The Vulture, they showed us that. It's not here. The full team of Inquisitors, they're not all here. So we can't really, accept that we're going to get these. I think the difference between these and all the other things I mentioned is most things I mentioned, their kind of vehicles are quite big apart from the Inquisitors. I think we're going to get a Rocket because that was teased. I think we're going to get a Star-Lord because that was teased. We have a Groot. So the question is, are we going to get the Drax? the Mantis, and who did I leave out? Nebula. I'd imagine it'd be easy enough for them to retool the Nebula, just give it a different head sculpt. And the Mantis, they've just done that. It's just in a different suit. It's just a case of we get the Drax, like, and they don't have to do the body, so they may actually do all this.
And I will say on Nebula, she's got a different arm in this film, so it looks like it's reflected here in this picture, but she could have some really cool attachments potentially.
Yeah, I'd imagine if there's a betting man, I'd say they probably will put all these out.
Okay, all right, betting man. All right, hold Shane to it. If they don't put them out, it was Shane that said they would. All right, so Eddie, that's right. Everyone DM him. So Eddie, what do you think about this? You're seeing the film or already saw the film, and you think we'll get the full lineup?
I'm seeing the movie Sunday afternoon, so I have not seen it yet. I wouldn't see why we couldn't get it. The only one that would be tough to do is Drax, because that would cost them money, right? Like, because when I look at this picture, the only thing that bugs me is Drax is smaller than Star-Lord. He should have his body. You know what I'd love if they did with Drax, since he's in a suit? Give him the new Bane body and just put the head on that. Like, because that's perfect. That's his size, and he's in a suit anyway, so, like, you don't have to paint it or anything. He's in the suit, so just throw him on that. Like, as long as they do that, I'll be happy with Drax. But he's the only one that I'd be worried about not getting, because all the rest is, I mean, we already got Groot. The other ones are just the suit that they got to worry about, because they have the head sculpts and everything for the other ones, the bodies. Like, they did a Mantis finally, so, which is weird to me that they put out that special Mantis before this one. I feel like more people are going to get this Mantis. I don't know. But, like, I would think that we would get it if they're teasing it. Like, seems like a high possibility. The only one I'd worry about is Drax, because I think that's the one people want the most. So, yeah. But it looks cool. And even the Groot, like, I didn't love the Groot when I saw him in the special, like buff Groot. But when I was looking at the figure, like, the figure looks really good. And the new stuff, like, they made him flocked. I think it said, like, moss texturing, which I'm guessing is flocked. So, like, that's pretty interesting. And I don't know, it's growing on me, the look of him. So I think it'll be cool.
Yeah, especially the one with all the guns. I didn't put that picture in here, but I think that's a pretty cool scene from the film. I won't spoil anything, but yeah, it's a cool little addition. So I'm gonna go the other way. I think that Drax is the most likely one, because I don't think that they'll, like, let you take the suit off. I think it'll just be the head sculpt they've already had before, and it'll just be the suit body, which for a lot of people will not be satisfactory. But I think for, like, most, it'll, like, fit in the display just nice enough. You can get that representation of the Ravager costume that they wear, and maybe you don't need the entire line. I'm not that type of guy. I can kind of mix and match. I've got the Infinity War Star-Lord. I'd maybe add a Rocket from this, and maybe a Drax, and probably call it a day. I do want to see. Sorry, was someone going to say? Oh no, Joao's just
Joao just has to vomit.
He's just yawning from my speech. Last thing I will say is, hopefully we get a Gamora with sculpted hair. I thought that the portrait was really, really nice, but I didn't love the rooted hair. Just like all Hot Toys rooting, it just is weak. And so hopefully they finally have learned that just give a sculpted, and that'd be a perfect one to add. Her hair is, like, very. It's part of the character in this film. I feel like it's, like, more grungy, and so it kind of is a carryover from Endgame. And so I think that'd be a cool look to get, with kind of the hair kind of hanging over her face. So,
real quick, I got to run for a call. I'll be right back, guys.
Sounds good, Calvin.
Okay.
All right.
So let's see. So let's go to the next. Let's go to the next person here. So Shane, I'm going to go to you next, and you're going to pick from the remaining categories. So the remaining categories are Hang It in the Louvre, Why Do We Fall, Do It, Bick It, and There's No Earthly Way of Knowing. It's a tough one, I know.
I feel like I know two of these, but the other ones, I don't know. So.
Shane is really, really contemplating here.
Just do it.
Oh, You kind of like on my end, you cut
Oh,
out
I
when
cut
you
out,
said
okay.
a name. It was like
All right.
I'm going to give this to, and then I couldn't hear you.
Sorry
you're
about
talking
that.
to me.
I was talking
All right.
to you, Shane. You were the next one up.
I'm
You,
going to go.
let me know if you want me to run through again.
do it.
All right, do it. Okay. This one is probably the most obvious one. So, the Darth Sidious is in fact one of Hot Toys' weakest sculpts they've ever done. So let me start here with this comparison, and then so go ahead and you can start defending this point.
So I have to like agree with this, regardless of what I actually think.
You do, yes. You've got to defend this one. So
Okay. I saw a lot of people on YouTube yesterday and in Facebook and on Instagram and everything saying that this was the greatest thing since sliced bread, that this was 100%, that this was 10 out of 10, that this was a fantastic representation of Ian McDiarmid. Completely disagree. The pallor, first of all, is straight off, and maybe you can put that down to lighting. It's a very, very weak sculpt.
it's the lighting.
The hair sculpt
Always.
is not on point. His face is actually, the fact that you have a half and half here actually improves this, because it actually squeezes it together, because the face is actually really wide as well. So it's not actually the right, I don't think this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I do think this is the worst thing that they have ever done. It doesn't look anything like him. Who is this guy?
Yeah,
This is,
it looks.
this is terrible. This is awful.
It looks nothing like the actor. All right, Shane.
So I would
well,
say,
you-
don't do it.
Don't do it. All right. So actually, tell us how you really feel, because I'm really curious. How do you really feel about this one?
Oh, is that not what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah. You know what? We're gonna let you break the rules now.
All right, no, in all seriousness, it's look, come on, it's not a bad sculpt, but I did see a lot of people saying that this was, like a shrink ray, as Collecting Weekly would say, but I do not think this is a shrink ray. I think a 7 is a reasonable score for this. A shrink ray is like a 10, a 9 at least. I wouldn't put an 8 on this. I genuinely think all the points I made about the pallor being off and the face is actually quite wide, and I think if they narrow that up a bit and adjust the pallor a bit, it would be a significantly better. But I don't think it's terrible. I think a 7 is a fair representation, a fair score for this figure. I definitely don't think I wouldn't look at this and go, God, this is awful. I think that's an exaggeration. But I also think if you look at this and go, this is amazing and it's the best, I think that's an exaggeration either. I think a fair 7's a fair score.
Wow. So you're telling us not to over exaggerate in either direction. I think that's just a good rule for life. But no, I'm kind of agreeing with you here. So Joao, what do you feel about this sculpt? There's been some controversy, which I don't personally understand too much. But how do you feel about this one overall?
No, I understand the controversy because is because of I think is the face shape, not so much about the likeness, but is about the face should be more elongated, right? But I still think, I don't know, I still think it looks like Darth Sidious. It's like a mix and match from Clone Wars and a realism that's what I always try to do. And I see the videos from I guess it was from Secret Base. Someone was shooting videos there, and it seems it looks a bit better than here in the photos. I mean, I think it's a 7, maybe 7.5, something like that. And normally Hot Toys always do very well on the older head sculpts, the old people like Tarkin. I did like their head sculpt. They do well. I think the hair, for example, looks amazing. The eyes too. But I don't know if they will do any more work on this. I think the sculpt is done, and now it's all about the painting and what they are going to do with it. And you always have the option to just put the hood on and just rock it, because this is not how it was in Clone Wars. Because if he did it exactly like Clone Wars, he will much have a longer. Yeah, the face will be way
all
longer,
the features are exaggerated. Yeah,
they were exaggerated. And
yeah,
I think it works well. For me, I'm still undecided if I'm going to get this one or not, because as much as real as it looks, I don't think I would pose him with the Attack of the Clones figures or something like that, because I don't think it fits well there. So I'm still hopefully that they are going to do like a Revenge of the Sith.
that's what I'm holding out for.
One, so we should wait. We should wait and see. At least one thing we know is Hot Toys still have the license for him, right? So it gives us hope.
Absolutely.
Marco,
and
which
really
Jackie
quickly,
Chan movie is this from?
That's right. So Ben Thomas Show says this looks nothing like Jackie Chan. If you know, you know. And really quickly, it wouldn't be Cinco de Mayo if we didn't have our brother Profi Claus in the house. Mario, how you doing, man? Thank you for joining.
Man. Happy Cinco de Mayo, y'all. What's up? What's
Yeah,
going on?
heck yeah.
What's up, Mario?
You cannot say anything about Star Wars. That's negative. Mario need to come in.
That's right.
Oh,
He came in to regulate.
yeah, came in to regulate. Yeah.
He's just happy because there's no N1.
I was gonna say I thought I heard someone talking about the N1, man. So I had to figure I'd show up and see what
No,
the hell's
not
going
yet.
on.
That's
The
right.
announcement is
Yeah, I know
5 hours away.
someone on this panel here is trying to keep it alive, bro. And I don't know what is wrong with you guys. I mean, history is proven over and over and over again. It ain't gonna happen. Come on.
Mario,
Go.
wait, save it because we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Honestly, it's embedded in one of the questions. So,
But to be honest, I just really wanted to come and see Eddie. It's been to see Eddie come out of retirement. You know, my
he's
dude.
the draw.
It was a quick retirement. It wasn't that big of a role.
Dude, everybody's been
came in-
asking for you, man.
You came in
Come on.
looking like little Joker. What the fuck, with the beanie and everything. Like, oh,
He doesn't like
What's
locked
up, fool?
doors.
Yeah. No locked doors.
Oh my gosh, what's up? What's up?
Oh man! So Mario, we do want to get your thoughts on this really quickly. I just want to address one thing. Yomo's saying, "Yeah, weakest is crazy." No one is saying this is the weakest Hot Toys has ever done. That's just hyperbole in my question. So I haven't actually seen that, but I have seen people pretty worked up over this. So yeah, something that I don't necessarily understand. But Mario, what do you think about this one? Is this a strong sculpt? Is it weak? Is it somewhere in the middle?
Dude, I think it's strong, man. The likeness is there. When I first saw it the other night, I was out in the theater watching John Wick, right? And my phone's been blowing the hell up. So finally, after the movie ended, I went to go check everything, and this dropped. I thought the likeness was on point. It looks exactly like Ian McDermott to me. I get the gripes where people are maybe talking about how the face or the head is not, or a little too short, scrunched up, or whatever like that. But I'm chilly pro for today. Nah, I just got out of bed, dude. All right, leave me alone. But nah, I think it's incredible for what it is. I really like it a lot. To be honest, it was a surprise to see this actually come out for under the Clone Wars line, which I totally get now. But this, the sculpt is going to be repurposed for the Revenge of the Sith version coming out, or they're going to have Chancellor Palpatine. This is the exact same smile that he gave Anakin when he wants to save his wife from certain death, right? This is exactly the scene where it came from, so expect this to be seen again.
That's a really good point. I hadn't thought about them reusing it, but yeah, that's definitely going to
it'll be
happen.
reused.
So.
Yeah, so this is just foreshadowing for the new one coming out later on probably for the 20th anniversary for Revenge of the Sith in 2025. So
Absolutely, yeah. That we could probably book it.
Yeah, definitely. Just like our Japan trip, dude. Let's book it.
That's
Come on,
right. I
let's
cannot wait for that. By the way, I wish it was next year and not 25. But
go. Dude, I'd be so down for next year, man. I just go to go pregame and go check it out. Let's just go. Okay, why wait for 2025? Let's just go.
That's a good point. Joao's ready
Cash,
to show us around.
money.
So yeah,
All that too.
There's two reasons.
Too. Yeah.
that's right. Too
We
many
gotta
InArt releases
when we
come
go, we gotta like meet up and go to a restaurant and get some of that wagyu steak. That's supposed to be the shit.
Yeah, I always draw some sushi, dude. So we gotta make sure that's taken care of.
Hell yeah. Cannot wait for that. So Eddie, what do you think about this one, man? You think it's strong, weak?
I like it a lot, dude. I think it's pretty good. The only thing that I think is funny about it is the expression. Like, he kind of looks like a sus old man. Like, it's kind of creepy a little bit. But, I like it a lot because if you put the hood just right, you're going to see that little smile and it's going to look like sinister. Mm-hmm. And that's what he is like, he has that creepy, sinister vibe. So, like, that's exactly how I'm going to pose him with the hood just slightly above the facial expression. I think it'll look fucking great. So I like it a lot. I feel like the community gets up in arms on these things, and like the whole rating system and everything, like either like it or you don't like it. Everybody sees something different. It's kind of like abstract art. When you look at it, everybody sees something different. Yeah. So like I like it a lot,
It's a beautiful thing, dude. I mean, if y'all don't really like it but want to get it, just put the hood up, dude. Cover his face and you guys will be fine.
There you go.
Right?
I do object to spending almost $300 on a figure that you're going to cover their face, but to each their own. And I guess
did right
with
here
one
with
character,
Palpatine's
Yeah.
face is covered up.
okay, yeah, that's a horrifying face. That
Everybody
one needs
got-
to be covered.
Everybody's getting that Mando Luke, and a lot of people are gonna put his hood on for
Yeah.
that one scene. So it's
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
what's the
It's true.
difference?
Yeah, I
No.
probably will too. If I can position the hood where you can kind of see part of the face and try to maximize that.
That's awesome. So Doc Smizzle is saying that Mario looks like the dude in Scary... Oh, no. He's saying Darth Sidious looks like the dude in Scary Movie that
Wow.
sticks his finger in the pie. My germs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
talking
that's
about the
that's
strong
deep
hand
cut.
guy?
Yeah, strong hand guy. I don't
He's
see
in-
it, but that's
he's in
hilarious.
Schitt's Creek.
He does
That's right.
that
That's the
facial.
guy
He's the
that-
mayor, right?
He's the. I've only watched certain episodes. I think he was the. I think did he own the hotel or something like that, and then
Oh,
he
there
was
you go.
made mayor or something. Yeah,
There
I
you
don't
go.
remember the guy now.
So Agent Silver Fox is saying he's Scottish. We all look sinister. Wow. Okay, I didn't know that was a stereotype, but that's amazing. And then Joker J is saying this is Palpatine's younger swinger days. Yeah, he
That
does.
explains Ray.
Oh, dude.
Oh wow.
Oh
yeah.
my
What?
God!
Shane, bro,
But is that not what they implied in the movie? Or
you're not wrong, dude. It's just that we try to forget about it. All right, we don't.
somehow
We don't speak that
Palpatine
here.
got laid?
That's right.
Somehow. What if it was
Oh,
Padme?
man. So on that point, so really quickly, Shane had mentioned hit that like button. So if you're in here and you haven't hit the like button yet, if you wouldn't mind, just going ahead and tickling that thing would do us a huge favor. So thank you
Tickle
for
it, you say?
that. Yeah, tickle it. Just tickle that button. Calvin, what do you think about this Darth Sidious?
I'm sorry, I'm thrown off on the tickle, but okay.
Yeah.
You're starting to feel it. That's why. Calvin felt the disturbance in the force.
Yeah, I've changed my mind on Japan, but you guys enjoy it.
I thought you were staying for longer at that point.
Hey.
Shane, we're gonna have two different parties. We're gonna have the London crew, and then we're gonna have the leftovers that didn't make it.
Wow.
So,
You're
you know how
That's
this
like
side-
that?
you know how this side
That's
does.
dirty.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So
No,
you're gonna
wow.
gatekeep like that.
We know
Calvin.
we had a legit crew on this side.
Yeah.
So,
And you know, it'd be funny. Like every time something cool happens, we'll go, "Oh yeah, but in London."
Uh-huh.
All right,
Okay,
you're gonna be
all
those
right.
guys. I'm out. I am out for sure.
anyway, this is coming home. This is no question. I was driving. I don't know if it was the LWO chat or the Frankensons chat or what chat went off and had my phone blowing up. I clicked the button. I was like, "What the hell is?" And then I saw the one picture where he's standing up with the hood over his head with the two saber suicides. I
Yeah.
said that shit's gonna be on my shelf right there. So, yeah, this is coming home with no question.
You
And
have the Darth
Ian,
Maul to go with this?
that's just hilarious with the Scottish comment about being sinister, but that's copy.
Oh, man.
Say again, Mario. What you ask?
Do you have the Maul to go with this? The Clone Wars Maul?
I don't have the Clone Wars Maul. No, I've got the other two, so I skipped that one.
Companion piece. Just saying.
I got enough companion pieces on that.
Yeah, but talking Clone Wars, bro. You know, I mean,
I haven't seen it, so
you haven't seen it.
You're not allowed to buy this then.
Exactly.
don't tell me what I'm not allowed to buy.
You were
Where-
you were the
where
one
were you
just
years-
gatekeeping
where
a
were
second
you- where were
ago,
you
Calvin.
years
So
ago? Hey, that's London. You weren't there. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
see how it gets.
Wow.
All of a sudden, everybody saw how much fun we had, Shane. Everybody's like, "We're coming to Japan." Where were you for London? We were ready. We were ready for y'all.
Dude,
But-
they're
but
giving us
Eddie-
2 years to say for Japan, man. Freaking London,
Hey.
they announced like a week. You know?
Hey, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
Wow.
Anyway.
All right. It's like that. So,
I could
Right.
have got
So-
ready. I chose not to get ready.
so Joao, sent over some of these pictures. So that is the little sinister smile that I think Mario was pointing out. And this is from that particular scene. Yeah.
I could see the thinner thing that Shane is talking about. Like when I heard you talking about that yesterday on OFAC, and I was like, I don't see that thinner. Like the face looks fine, but in that last picture, it does look slightly thinner than the actual head sculpt is.
They can totally use this sculpt for Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's something that I had not thought of until Mario mentioned, but yeah, it feels like it's absolutely going to happen. And so, I definitely would hold out for me personally. I think I would hold out for that version or, a classic trilogy Emperor. I think that's a little bit more my speed. But I don't think that the sculpt looks bad. I think despite all the seeming controversy in the community, I think it's actually like a strong sculpt. I think it represents this character well. And yeah, I have no issues with it. So that wouldn't be the reason that I'm passing on it for sure. So let's move on to the next topic here. So thank you, Joao, for sharing those. And really quickly, let me catch up with the chat. So Baby Boy in the house saying, love a Friday morning stream to kickstart the weekend. Baby Boy, thank you for being in here. Jose Hernandez, who I know has been pressuring me. He's been trying to enable me to get this Palpatine. He said, y'all, technically, Palpatine didn't get laid. Rey was created from the cloning process. One of the disregarded clones, his son, married Jodie Comer, and that's Rey's parents. You're a
Don't
nerd, and
ruin
I'm
my
blocking you,
joke.
first of
You're a
all.
nerd.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Don't ruin my joke with your biology lesson.
bro. You got you.
Nerd.
Bringing logic in. Does he not know his audience?
Oh, man. I love when a bunch
that
of guys
true?
talking about dolls.
I want to
Do
know
your
where you
homework,
got that
Shane.
info. That's crazy.
your
Jose
homework,
would
Shane.
know.
Your homework.
No, thank you for that. Thank you for that info. FBJ in the house. What's going on, everyone? FBJ, thank you for joining. Let's see. Dan is saying, it's okay, Marco. Calvin is still recovering from last night's game. You know how that feels. Dang, I wasn't going to mention it. I wasn't because, we're out. So, but
That
yeah.
was Dan, bro. That was Dan. Are you
Warriors
going up
went
north? You gonna go pay Dan a visit right now?
Calvin's going around. He's turning that thing
I'll
around.
be up there. No, I'm already headed that direction.
That's right.
I'm already on the 210 north right now. I'm already headed.
That's
But no, I ain't worried
You
about
better
it.
run,
First
Dan.
off, come on. It was one loss. Let's talk about Marco's Queens. Where they at?
I mean, you found out
Exactly
how
what I
the
mean.
Warriors. I'm saying you just found out how the Warriors could be last night. I don't think we got blown out by
I know what
30
it
by
feels.
them.
I know what it feels like
I
to
mean-
win. I mean, what can I say?
Not last night for sure, man. Anyways, so
How many?
absolute
Yeah, but our
Urban
banners
say-
speak for ourselves.
How many you got?
That's right.
Dude. I mean, come
See,
on.
that's always
you
that's
got?
always the go-to with Lakers fans.
That's all
Absolute
that
Irwin is
matters.
saying
Facts, bro. Proven history.
Right.
Come on, just like the N1,
Return of
bro.
the
They
Sith
done it.
version will be a good candidate for DX. Yeah, maybe actually with multiple head sculpts. Who knows? Joker J is saying, Jose writing a textbook on chasing women away. My guy, Jose. We got to clown him. That's amazing. A bunch of guys talking about dolls up here, and we got to call someone a
I know,
nerd. So, so let's see. Let's see. Calvin went. Shane went. So, Joao, I think you're next up. So let me run through the remaining categories here. So the remaining categories are Hang It in the Louvre, Why Did We Fall? Let's see. Bick It, and There's No Earthly Way of Knowing.
Use one.
This one here. Okay, so this one is Mars Toys Wonka is a can't miss figure. It's actually perfect. So you can tell us why this is one that we absolutely need to go after because we can't miss on it. And there's that. Boom. I know you're fully prepared to talk about this. So.
Completely. I mean, there were so many collectors that miss the Wonka from Molecule 8 because they disappeared from the scene at that time. So now it's the only chance that you can get it, and it's reasonable priced. It's iconic figure. You got a Wampa together that looks so amazing. The head sculpt on this on this Wonka, it's for me 10 out of 10, and it's been the agreement for everyone as I've been talking to recently. So yeah, I think no one that collects 1/6 scale should miss this figure. It's a must on every display. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Wow, okay.
I'm not going to get it.
You're not going to get it, but it's a must-have for everyone else.
I've never seen it, so I can't get it.
That's right.
I never
You've
seen this movie. I'm honest. I never seen.
Yeah,
it.
that's why we can't get it. That's
Joao,
why we
have
can't
you
get it. I've
actually never seen the OG Willy Wonka?
No, never saw. it.
Dude, you gotta watch that, man.
That's right. I would
Never
say,
myself.
try Hash again and throw
Never.
this on,
Wow.
and you won't regret it.
I wouldn't do that. I
What?
recommend against that.
What were you saying, Calvin?
I said that hurts my soul to hear that people haven't seen this.
Yeah, this is a classic.
Or if I saw, I forgot about it. I don't know.
I'm with Joao.
You've
Joao
never
and
seen
I are
Mario?
on the same thread. I never
Mario's
seen it.
always on the haven't seen list.
Get out of here with that bullshit. Get out of here, man. I've seen a bunch of shit in my time. Come on.
In my
That's a lot,
time.
too.
I've seen back in my day. I've seen plenty.
Most of them were in black and white. But
I've
it's
seen
all- it's
the
all good.
transition, man, from black and white to color. All right. Shit.
I went from real to real. Yeah, Mario, we know.
Yeah, I was there, Gandalf. Come on.
Oh, all right. So Mario, this is a pass for you. I'm assuming if you haven't seen the film, no interest at all.
Not particularly, dude, but I mean, it looks good. The one that Molecule 8 had, to me, it looked weird. It looked like it was 3D printed. You know, I know people were like praising how well it really looked, but I thought it always looked strange for some reason.
Yeah, I know. Zach
Mars
pulled up
Toys,
some of the
Mars Toys in
sculpts on
general.
Tuesday.
Mars
Go
Toys
ahead.
in general is making dreams come true, bro. With this, amongst other figures, man. I mean, didn't we just see a tease from something else from them this morning?
Cara
I
Dune.
believe. Yeah, I believe it was Mars Toys, right?
That was
Yeah,
Mars
Mars
Toys
Toys.
as well.
Yeah, dude, freaking hell. Yeah, they're getting up there, dude. It's crazy. Watch the movie before you pass on this. Maybe I'll see. I really never had any interest in this though, man. You know, it's
Man, when you come over to help me with my room, we watching this.
all right.
Let me see. Where is
dropping
this
draws?
movie avaurable?
No,
That's
we ain't
right.
dropping draws.
No.
You have to, that's the rule.
We walking bars and eating candy.
What were you saying, Joao?
I'm checking where is this movie available. YouTube, Apple TV, YouTube. No, there's nothing.
They want you to
HBO.
buy
No one
it.
has a
Yeah.
streaming.
No. That's HBO Max. I think is the one. No. Willy Wonka.
It's an
You
all-time
can go
classic.
on,
honestly.
forget it.
Yeah. So Shane, what do you feel about this? You're a big Wonka head, I'm assuming.
Torrent it is.
Like this Joker looks nothing like Jack Nicholson, and why did they make Bob so small?
Bob, wow.
Well,
Sorry, I was tired. Yeah, I read the book when I was a kid. I've seen this a bunch of times. It's pretty much on every single day over the Christmas period in Ireland. It doesn't matter what you want. You put on a sports channel, it's on.
Damn.
It's just one of those kind of nostalgia-esque childhood. It was released long before we were born, I think, and it was just kind of always going to be on. But I think the Molecule 8 one, the prototype I saw, looked better. But I also think that there was two different things. They had the whole full figure, which the tailoring looked better. I think the head sculpt looked better. But then I saw a separate photo of the head sculpt on its own. It looked a little weird, so I don't know. It was a bit of trickery going on there. But like, there's no mistaking who this is. I think the Oompa Loompa looks great. Like, I think they nailed the character, but maybe not the actual. They haven't nailed the head sculpt for Gene Wilder. So I'll just finish up with this. The 66 Joker, I was never going to get, but I was really, really impressed by what they did. I thought they nailed the likeness of Cesar Romero.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a lot closer to Cesar Romero than this is to Gene Wilder.
I will say this is pretty consistent with Mars Toys offerings for like Breaking Bad, where it's you see the likeness there, but it's not 100%. So it's like if you really want that representation, it's going to be just good enough, but it's not going to be some stellar, like it's just so realistic you have to get it. The Joker was that, but everything else that I've kind of seen from them has looked close, but kind of in that uncanny valley. But okay, so this is probably going to be a pass for you then, Shane.
Yeah, definitely. Because even if I was to get it, a lot of those figures that you just described, the ones that are like, oh, like it'll do as a representation. For me, I know if I did that, they'd be the first to go if I needed to sell some.
Is that because they're civilians?
No, it's because there's better versions of other figures out there.
Yeah.
Maybe you mightn't get that figure again of that particular character, but you might, there'll be another better figure of a character you really like to be like, okay, if I just get rid of that, this one can come in. So sometimes they can dilute the collection.
So Eddie, what do you think about this? I know you're a big Willy Wonka guy.
I love this. I really wanted to get this when they announced it, and I thought I had talked myself out of it because, like, I'm trying not to get third-party stuff because they do too much stuff that I like. Like, they do... I almost like random movies more than, like, Star Wars, Marvel, and DC. Like, I like having solo movie stuff way more than having, like, the big three or whatever. Especially, like, cult classic movies, and so that's why I really love this. And then when the way Joao put it, like made me kind of sold me on it again. Like you're not like this is only 2 times this figure's ever been done. It's like if you want it, you should get it, you know. And so now I'm kind of thinking, damn, maybe I should get it because I love it that much. And like we said with the Palpatine, like the likeness for me is either there or it's not. It's not like it's kind of there for me. Like I think it looks good, so it's there for me. So I don't mind it at all. I think it looks like Gene Wilder, so I might end up picking it up.
Yeah, this feels like right up your alley because, like you said, you don't have to collect all those lines. You're okay with these one-offs, and if it's a film you love, yeah, it's cool. Really cool representation.
I like when people see my collection and they don't just see like a Mando Luke or like the same thing they're gonna see with everybody's like a Justice League. Like I like people saying like, oh shit, Willy Wonka, or like a random thing like Zorro or like Princess Bride. Like that kind of hits home for me more than the other stuff. But like I want the other stuff too, so it's kind of hard for me to decide like which movies do I pass up on.
It's part of being a bargain bin bro. There's always going to be trade-offs, and you just got to make a plan and try to stick to it as much as you can. So I'm definitely on the fence with this one. I love this film. I've seen it a bunch of times, like definitely a staple of my childhood. But I don't know that I need this representation. And I would say, like, if the figures came out looking like, for instance, the Aragorn was so strong that I'm like, it's a character that I like but don't necessarily love, but the figure looks so good. It's kind of got that appeal for me just from a figure format. So like I feel like I really want to get it. If this was just a little bit stronger, like the Mars Toys Joker that they just did, then it might be like, okay, this is a must-have because it's just such a strong figure. But because it only looks okay to me, I think I'm going to be okay passing. I don't know that I need this representation. And yeah, it's just okay enough that it's like, okay, you can probably just let it pass me by. So any other thoughts on this before we move on?
You should move on already 5 minutes ago.
Wow, man.
You always keep it on real.
See how he just sidestepped the black guy? See how he does?
Oh, Calvin,
Wait,
I thought you already went. Let's go back to
how
you.
we do?
Yeah, but it was intentional to skip you, but not, again, because of the color of your
That's
skin,
why
but because you're a Lakers fan. So.
Because of the color of your skin.
Because you're a Lakers fan. That's the only reason. So Calvin, what do you think of this one, man? You getting this?
Oh, so it's not the black of my skin, it's the purple and gold in my jerseys. Okay.
100%. 100%.
Either way, it comes out.
I really
like
I
you
really hope
really
someone
shouldn't
came
want
in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Who are these guys? What are they?
Oh, man. If they didn't know this stream was already going to be off the rails, now they do.
No, I'm real quick with my answers. Love the movie. I don't need the representation on my shelf though. Even though this damn Oompa Loompa song won't get out my head now, I just keep the whole time y'all were talking. That's all I heard in the back of my head.
Oh, man.
Honorable mention for those. You about to find out. Don't worry about it. I'm about to put you on game. Honorable mention. If you guys, for Gene Wilder, if you guys have not seen See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
Oh yeah.
Fire,
Yeah,
oh my
man.
God.
Oh yeah.
That movie y'all need to see. Gene Wilder's deaf but can read lips. Richard Pryor's blind, and the shit that they get into is just a good ass time for 2 hours. So do yourself a favor and check that one out.
Yeah.
I have not seen that, so thank you for that recommendation.
Wow.
I'll definitely have to check that out. All right, so let's move on to this. So Calvin has gone, Joao has gone, Shane has gone. So Eddie, I'm going to kick it over to you next, and then we'll finish off with Mario. So make the right decision here, Eddie.
I'm gonna go with,
that's all I can say.
I want to go because we may be getting our Joker today. I'm gonna go with Why Do We Fall?
All right. So this is not what you think it is, though. It is
No?
not what you think it is.
Ah.
No. Hot Toys will not give
Never
us
mind,
a
take it
Cal
back.
Kestis.
Wait, go back.
Yeah, no. It was an intentional misdirect.
bastard.
So Hot Toys is not going to give us this Cal Kestis from Jedi Fallen Order. I know a lot of folks have been calling for one since the first game, including myself. Eddie, have you
Why
played
does Cal
any
have
of the
a
games
mullet
at
in
all?
your thumbnail?
So
the fuck
in
was
the
that?
game, so in the
It's
game,
horrible.
you can customize his facial
Look
hair
at this.
apparently.
Looks
I
like
had no
Tiger
idea,
King.
dude.
Looks like Tiger King.
This is actually a picture of Shane in high school. So
That's right.
Oh, okay, yeah. Suddenly everything makes sense.
If this doesn't make you want to get the game, I don't know what does. When I saw this
Sorry.
picture, I was like, "Oh, I'm all in on this."
Picture
Absolutely
of Shane in
all in.
prison.
Prison
Shane
Shane.
in prison.
I wash
Yeah,
myself
wait,
with a
the
rag
homies.
and a stick.
That's right.
Oh
So-
man, now I see Shane in the shower, dude, with the homies with that freaking
What
mullet.
the
and
fuck?
Wow, Shane in the
See?
shower. Oh my god.
Oh,
he says
man,
prison.
It's that
Your
prison
first
life,
thought
dude.
goes to
You
the
know?
shower, huh?
Hey, weights in the shower. That's what it's all about, man.
I'm gonna go back to Joe and Ava's comment. It is too early for LWO talk. I know
Nah,
we've gone
never.
too far already.
My
Never.
bad.
We
That's
we
right.
just getting started for tonight.
Exactly. This is a pregame.
That's right. It's just a warm up. So Eddie, tell us how we are not going to get a Cal Kestis.
I picked
They've
the
obviously
wrong-
already.
the wrong one.
I know you did. We've obviously already seen the tease for the trooper they're going to do, but would they be bold enough to not give us the main character from the game?
I think you guys might get this now. I mean, they already announced that trooper, which was easy. That was an easy, figure to put out because it's just a simple redo. But like, you guys might get this now. With the second game being out and how much people like this character, and I feel like it'll be easy to get this guy's likeness. So I don't know. I'd be hopeful if I was super into this game, but I haven't even played Fallen Order, so. I'm
What?
I'm the wrong person to ask this
What?
question. Don't fucking talk to me. Go watch Willy Wonka and then come back to me with your
I played Fallen Order, all right? Don't give me,
You
don't
haven't
come at me
played
like
Fallen
that.
Order. Get the
I
fuck.
played
Even
Fallen
Mario
Order.
has played it. That's how
I
you know
played
you
it,
should
man.
be
Get outta here
ashamed of
with
it. Oh
But
man. So two call outs. Number one, you didn't follow the rules of the game, Eddie.
I'm
so
sorry.
I'm gonna have to ban you
sorry.
from this stream. Number two, and this is a calling myself out. So apologies,
So
Doc
it's-
Smizzle, that I didn't credit him. So that was actually a screenshot. So the Tiger King was a screenshot that he posted from his game. So I didn't recall where I got it. So apologies, Doc, that I saw that and it made me
These-
want to go out and get it. So
This is a total disrespect
it is to the absolute legend Doc
To the
Smizzle, and I didn't
Jedi
even
Order.
credit him.
to the
That's a lawsuit
Jedi
you're
Order,
making.
not to Doc
Plagiarism,
Smizzle.
man.
Using Cal Kestis with his appearance is a total disrespect.
no,
for any
come
Well,
on.
Star Wars.
technically,
This is
while
classic.
technically the Jedi Order was no longer in existence at the time.
That's right.
So,
What the fuck?
You're sounding like Jose right now, Mario. Cool.
What is
Do you know those memes? You know that one meme where you have this guy in a club and he's like in this girl's face and she has no interest in hearing what
Yeah.
he's saying.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
that stuff. Like
That's right.
That's funny.
Or at the baseball game,
The-
and he's
the
got like
foot-
his
yeah.
hand around the back of her neck. Exactly.
what the fuck?
Oh, that's so good. He with big boobs is saying Mario looking like a true G in the beanie. It looks nice. I noticed change because my OCD is ass. Yeah, the first thing that I noticed the moment he came on, there could be one hair out of place, not even on his face, and I will notice as well. So,
What other hair
also
section are
say-
you looking at?
hey, wherever
Should I stand
he'll
up?
let me see. Yeah, please do, please
Wow.
do. So Shane, any interest? I know you're not a gamer, but any interest in this game at all, in Jedi Survivor or going back and playing Fallen Order? And would you be interested in a figure of Cal Kestis?
Well, would I be interested in the figure? Is no, because I haven't played any of the games. Because I'm not a gamer. I never was a gamer, and I don't own a console. But I gotta say, like, I can still appreciate, like, when I see like gameplay of Red Dead Redemption or The Last of Us, and I hear how good the story is, or if I see people talking about Fallen Order or Jedi Survivor, particularly Fallen Order, that seems to be like a game that like not just gamers liked or not just Star Wars fans liked because it was Star Wars. It had that kind of nexus of, okay, it's Star Wars, which is cool, but it's actually a really good game as well. So all those things feed into, like, I just appreciate the design and stuff that goes into them. So I would be tempted to kind of go, I'm just going to buy a PS5 and get on this, but that's just time of my life that it's just going to cut right into everything from my work.
And you're an
to stuff that I
outdoorsy
like to
person
do.
as well, right? You spend your
Yeah,
free time outdoors a lot.
Yeah, I exactly. Like I mean, I'd rather go out and like because I spend a lot of time content creating, and I love sitting down having a veg day, and I can sit down and binge watch a series for the day, but when I get out and I have a few hours out mountain biking or running or whatever, and I come back, I feel like it's like a nice balance, like you know. So I just feel that this would keep me indoors more.
Yeah.
You do know you can watch gameplays on YouTube, right? There are many channels live streaming these. You can see the full story on YouTube. You don't play. You just watch others play.
I was going to recommend that too, Joao, is if you have zero interest in ever playing the games, watching the cinematics is probably a good close second.
Can I also
I think that
recommend
would be a
Joao
stepping
Plays?
stone to buying a PS5. I genuinely think that would be enabling.
Oh, Shane, you're on a computer, on a Windows PC, right? I'm assuming.
Mac.
Are you on a Mac? Oh
Yeah.
shit! Well, download Steam. It's on there, dude. Or Steam or something else. This should be available for PC as well, dude. So.
What's Steam?
Yeah. What's Steam?
Jesus Christ.
See,
Oh, man.
he's
Do they
so out of the...
Well, do they have Steam overseas? I forget.
Well, we're
Steam
in
is
Ireland. We
all-
only got
Steam is
electricity
everywhere.
in 2014.
Well, it's Steam. You guys should have Steam.
That's
You
right.
guys operate off of Steam for the longest time.
I'll Google it on the Google web.
That's why.
Google
That's
Web.
why he collects these dolls, is so he just picks them up and pretends like it's a video game. That's the closest they can come. So, so,
Let me look.
so-
Let me do some research.
that's right. So, Joao, you've obviously played Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor soon, or what's your timeline? And do you want to Cal Kestis?
Jedi Survivor soon, but my backlog is a bit big at this moment.
Yeah, same.
God of War I haven't played yet, so I probably skip God of War. Wait for a bargain bin. I like to get these games on bargain bin because here the second-hand market
Yes.
is huge, and I can always get very huge discounts on these.
Games go down so freaking quick too.
Yeah,
Honestly.
the games
just
devalue
wait for
very
Black
very
Friday.
fast.
And then
Very
you
fast.
get the patches as well. So like by the time you're buying it for less money, it's theoretically a better game.
I've been hearing that this game doesn't perform perfectly on even on PS5. That there's a lot of drop in the frame rates and so on. But yeah, I would be all for a Cal Kestis, no doubt. But I want a Marine too, you know, because I think they could do it. You know who's Marine, right, Marco?
Marion, no, I'm not familiar.
Jesus Christ. So who saved Cal Kestis in Fallen Order?
Oh yes, the African American gal.
What?
What?
Whoa.
Why is everything colored with you, bro? What the hell?
It's been a while since I played. I don't actually
Okay,
recall. But.
I know she's also in Survivor because I already saw some gameplay.
Wow, spoilers for the character I don't remember.
No, because of course she didn't she
She's
join
at the
them
end of the
in
damn
the end.
game.
She
Oh,
joined
I
them in
see,
the
okay.
end.
Oh yes. Okay. From the big bad, who I won't spoil.
She
if
was
people
one
don't know.
of the sisters, the what? Night sisters or what? Something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Okay, so
but yeah,
Absolute
Cal
Irwin is
Kestis for
confirming
sure.
she's a Night Sister.
I think this is the time for Hot Toys to do it, and I believe they will. I hope they will. I don't know. It's so strange with Hot Toys.
It's so weird, right? They might just do one or two troopers from the game and then not give us the main character because it's too much work, or the licensing can't happen. But TX Boy is saying, I don't understand why do people think we won't get a Cal when Hot Toys has a license to Star Wars. I mean, they went a whole first game without giving it to us. The second one is out many years later. They didn't lead with it. So, I mean, like we said, you never know what Hot Toys is going to do. We could potentially not get this thing.
But just to ask one thing, what
Yeah.
is the, because I've tried to stay off those reviews and everything. What is the common what's the opinion of most reviews? Is this game is really good, better than Fallen Order, or not?
Yeah, I haven't dug into the reviews, honestly. I think it's received a lot of positive praise, but that it's buggy. It was the big thing, right? So
Okay.
it's probably one that's going to be good eventually, but maybe to wait on. So
I was very hyped for the Harry Potter 2, but seems the Harry Potter is not as good as many people were telling in the beginning, and so
it's
that's
pretty.
other one I maybe.
I started it. It's pretty fun, honestly.
I just had to step out and speak to Megan there about something, but She said she heard me talking about PS5 and she just said no. So that makes me want one more. So tell me more.
He said no.
So yeah, you know how you feel about that. So come
That's
here. With the PS5, if I was to buy it just solely to this is going to be hilarious, just to buy Jedi Survivor, is it a download to the Jedi Survivor, or are they still using discs?
You can buy the PS5, the digital version only that doesn't have disc. That is cheaper. Or you can buy the disc version and then you can.
They
buy
still
the
use discs, yeah.
Yeah, but
Not-
a lot of the times there's like a very small percentage of the game on the disc, and then you download it all from the internet anyways. So
So what's better, to do a full download or get the disc and do the rest?
I would say
download?
get the disc version of the PS5 because sometimes you can get disc games cheaper. Like you either get them secondhand or they're
Secondhand,
deeply
you can
Are you
discounted.
saying you can
everywhere.
get disc counts? Is that what you're
That's
saying?
right, Mario.
Hey.
Oh, nice! This is my humor.
Hey,
So it's going to
oh.
cost me how many dollars and one relationship?
That's right. That's right.
The PS5
know,
now you can get it for $2.99. I think
God,
it's
I'm gonna buy
$2.99
two.
the disc
go.
version. I think.
And
It's
Shane, if we're being
available
honest,
everywhere.
Megan was going to leave sooner rather than later anyway. So you might as well be
Man,
happy with the PS5.
no truer words. No truer words.
That's
like, you know, so.
We can only outkick our coverage for so long. So.
Yeah, gotcha. Cool.
So
guys.
let's see really quickly, catching up with this. I get that the first one was a great game, but the second one, I think the character is more developed and people will love him now. Game's outstanding, worth a 1 6-figure. Well, that's great to hear. Absolute Irwin is saying the biggest miss was not having an Iden Versio from the Inferno Squad from Battlefront 2. Yeah, I love that actress too. She would have been great. Brandon Salad was saying she's hot, I think referring to the Night Sister that turns at the
Marco,
end.
was Iden Versio Captain African American too?
She was a Latino, I think. Oh no, she might be Indian actually. So
Ah.
apologies. She plays
So
the
you don't
Shiva.
acknowledge that she's Indian, but you'll acknowledge the African
right.
Americans. Okay, all right.
She plays the Shiva on the League. So let's see. I would get Grease if they made him. There you go. Can Mario say this for LAE? I don't know this one. Anyone understand what Joe and Ava's saying?
Yeah, they said this is for La Raza.
Oh, I see. Let's see. Boom. So TX Boy is saying, yeah, but this game has a minimum 150 gigabyte day one update, so be ready. Okay, so yeah, so if you're getting it just for this, you're going to be fine. Agent Silver Fox, disc every time. If you sell, you can't sell a downloaded game. Yeah, I think it just gives you more options, like just like having more places to buy Hot Toys. Doc Smizzle, wait, so who got divorced? Well, me soon, but let's see. Iden is Shiva in the League. Yeah, there you go, Doc, my guy. Total babe. Marco, my man. Love to see it. So, all right, so let's move on
1, 2,
here.
3,
So
4, 5, 6 comments at once.
That's right. That's how good I am, honestly. So let's move on to the final one. And Mario, before I go, you're going to have the final pick. So the remaining ones are
So I
Hanging
don't
in
get
the
to talk
Louvre.
about Cal Kestis?
That's right.
No.
Oh, that's
Talk.
Mario.
And Calvin, you forget.
And Calvin,
Mario and
wow,
Calvin.
you forget. Wow, bro. He doesn't like SoCal, dude. He doesn't like the Laker fans. That's all it is, man. So
Yeah, you know what? It was
Damn.
not intentional, but it is true though. So
That's
so
a
Mario,
damn
what do you think
lie.
about Cal
Always
Kestis?
did.
You played the first game. Is this one that you would consider picking up if they release it from the second game?
definitely, man. I mean, I haven't picked up the second one yet, just because of what you guys were mentioning earlier. I want to wait for the discounts, for it later on. So that's gonna be my thing.
He barely saw John Wick like 2 days ago.
Motherfucker, at least I saw it, all right? So shut up.
That was the fourth one though, at least.
yeah, I'm all caught up now. So, no, I definitely plan on picking it up. I think the first version of Cal was a missed opportunity. I'm talking Cal Kestis, not Loki Collector Cal. But yeah, I think it's they teased the Scout Trooper, right? They're gonna probably release a couple more troopers, and then here comes Cal Kestis, dude, with BD1. That's a given.
Hopefully.
That's like, dude, that's like freaking in the Obi-Wan series releasing all the troopers, dude, but not Obi-Wan and Vader. Come on. You know what's happening. It's coming. It's definitely coming 100%.
I'm anxious, still thinking that it might not, but
No, it's coming. It's coming. This has more of a chance than the N1, all right? So it's
okay. We'll get there. So, all right. Well said, Mario. So, Calvin, have you played this one The first one or the second one, and would you be interested in a Cal figure?
You talking to me?
Yeah, Calvin. The only Calvin on here.
So you feel surprised. Are you talking to me?
He's not talking to Cal Kestis.
I did.
Right,
I
I'm
did
just
give
making
him the
sure.
cold shoulder. Ever since he started with that Lakers shit, I did give him the cold shoulder. But we're cool again. We're cool again.
Is what it is. I never finished the first game. Unfortunately, I have a bad habit of getting busy with work and just letting things go by the wayside. I actually saw the new game came out. I was like, damn, that's right. I turned on the old one, and I'm still stuck in the damn sphere room that I quit the last time. I'm like, God damn it, this is why I stopped the last time. And I still can't get out of it right now. So I'll get
You
back
need
to
to
it.
play.
eventually this
You need to
weekend.
play at Padawan difficult, like Marco.
Padawan. What's below that?
There's
Don't the
nothing
Padawans
that-
all get killed in the first level, no?
That's right.
But from what I know of the character, and I've always liked this actor himself. Anyway, across his body of work. Actually, we
He
got
played
to see
Joker
Shane,
too, right? Or like
Shane,
a proto Joker.
Shane, you and I, we got to see him in London, didn't we? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He come
Remember
out
London,
on
Cal?
stage. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So you know, got to see him at Star Wars Celebration. So, but no, the character looks great from what I've seen. Some of the videos I've seen of the new game. So I'm the same though. I'm waiting on the discount because I know it's just gonna be just sitting on my shelf until I finally get back around to it. So,
Yeah.
but I would definitely look forward to a character, a figure to come out for this.
There you go. There you go. Yeah,
Yeah,
so it
you
seems like
played
there's
Joker
a lot
in
of
the Gotham series.
Gotham
Right.
series. That's right.
Yes.
That's right. So yeah,
That
it
was
seems like there's a
Jerome,
lot of
wasn't it?
demand. What was that, Mario?
Jerome.
That was Jerome, not the Joker.
Oh, got it. Got
Jerome.
it.
Wow.
And there's a figure of him, a 1/6 scale made.
Yeah.
Toys Era did two.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh wow, I have not seen that. So all right, there you go. There's a lot of demand for this Cal Kestis for folks who have either played both games, played the first, just sampled. So yeah, I think hopefully it's coming. Hopefully it's coming. Doc Smizzle with the Shiva Blast here. I can't do it. I'm not ready. If Gigi was here, she'd be ready. But Absolute
What is
Irwin is
this?
saying it's a Shiva Blast. If you've seen the league, you know. If you haven't, then you don't know. So
That's what
Absolute
I'm
Irwin is
asking. I
saying,
don't know.
yeah, it's too much to explain for this stream. I'll tell you in the back room. Absolute Irwin is saying we need to release the Mark 46 guy to come back to campaign for Cal to be released. I love that. Actually,
Right?
we need him to put the full court press on. So Mario, before I rudely left you guys out last time, here are the remaining categories. So number 1 is Hang It in the Louvre, and let's see, Bick It. So those are the final 2. So I will take whichever one you don't want.
I'm on Bickett. I'm
You
on
want
Bickett,
Bickett?
man. I want Bickett.
Yeah,
Let's
all
go.
right, all right. You already know.
I think that's
There
the
is-
perfect for him.
This
There is
freaking
still
guy,
hope
really?
for the N1.
No, hell no.
There is still
No,
hope for the N1.
no,
So
You
everyone,
need to defend it.
yeah,
No.
everyone, please screen grab this so we can post
Already
this
on
online
it.
and say, look, at even Mario has come full circle. Even Mario believes that we're getting the N1. So perfect. It couldn't have worked out any better than this.
You. This is rigged. Either way, if I would have picked the other one, this still would have come up, fucker. All right.
Oh, man.
Why? Let me ask you guys. Why do you think this is coming out? What makes you think this is coming out?
you-
Besides,
This is for you to tell
You
us.
need to defend that.
You gotta defend this.
it's not. I've proved. Okay, look at. How many times have we seen the Falcon cockpit?
man.
How many times have we seen the Justice League Batmobile? How many times have we seen the 66 Batmobile?
I don't
We've seen
think
Anakin
Mario gets the
Starfighter.
game.
We've seen.
I know he and Eddie.
I don't care. I'm not. I'm not
didn't-
playing this
yeah.
game. I'm not playing this game. I'm just telling you why it's not happening. There is no hope. There is no hope, y'all. Just accept it and let it go. All right. That's it. Bottom line. Done.
Incredible.
So you're
Oh my
saying-
There's
gosh.
no hope.
There's a chance.
There's no chance.
So you're saying
Nice.
There's no hope. There's no chance. There's no way. There's no possibility. There's no need. Nada.
oh my gosh! All right, so Mario is not going to defend this one.
Nope.
So
Hell
so
no.
Calvin, I'll kick it
There's
over to
nothing
you,
to
man.
defend.
Do you think
Oh,
we're
wait.
getting the N1?
We're first? What? Okay.
I know.
Of course.
You know, I'm used to being at the back of the bus. My bad.
Ah, bro, I was gonna say that.
Holy
I
cow,
was
man.
gonna
He can say it, you can. All right.
I know, man.
Anyways, Jesus. All right, Calvin, tell us why.
Anyway,
Just tell us what you think.
I saw it in person. I saw this at SDCC. They had this thing sitting
Oh,
on 2
shit.
tables to display it. the shit is not only is it long, it's wide. So it was like
That's
6
what
by
she said.
5.
Like about the
So,
N1?
hey, well, I've heard it plenty of times in my life. It happens. But
Damn.
anyway,
Stereotype.
I don't know how would they even
Oompa
ship this damn
Loompas?
thing out? So
This would
that's the
be
reason why
by
I don't think it's
parts.
coming. I think
This
this
would be
damn
done
thing
by
is
parts,
huge. Yeah.
Then you assemble it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big ass box to get all those parts in there.
It's already all taken care of. Don't worry.
This
It'd
guy.
probably be. It would probably be like the same size box as like a Jazz Inc. Like the Batwing.
Batwing, right?
Because
Yeah.
it just the two engines would pop off, the front would pop off.
Exactly.
If this comes out, other than Calvin, because I know this fucker will get it, who on the panel would get this piece as he leaves?
I'd
Him and-
love
Calvin
to.
Balance, okay.
Yeah, I couldn't. I don't even have a wall big enough to put this on.
Right.
This is my it would go in my living room. It'd be the whole apartment building.
You
It's
wanna
my
hang it from
whole
the ceiling?
apartment. Yeah. Oh, there you go. I'll hang it right here in the bedroom. That's a good. Idea.
All right.
There you go. I think I had delusions of maybe getting it until I saw it in person, and I was like, yeah, there's no chance. There's no part
you
of
saw
my
this
house
in
that this-
person,
That was a
right?
good pun.
Yeah, I saw this in person, and I was like, oh, this is like way bigger than I thought. That being said, though, I still do think it's coming because, like you said, it could ship in pieces. There's a lot of dead space, so it's an awkward size.
Yeah, like the
but-
DeLorean shipped in pieces, didn't it?
Oh,
gosh, yeah.
ouch! Ouch!
Oh,
Too soon.
wow,
Too
dang.
soon.
So,
Right?
so why not like just do the exact same thing? Like they've proven that they can do it once, they can do it again.
That's right. They've got this proven track record. So Eddie, so do you think it's going to come? Obviously, you're talking about Jazz Inc. Like, there's proven that people want these massive displays.
Have they? I no. If I had to bet on it, no, I don't think it'll come. But I feel like they show it a lot, and I don't know. I mean, anything could happen, I guess. But no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't think it's ever gonna get released.
My man.
So this
All
is
right,
too.
all right.
It'd be expensive as hell. I don't know. I highly doubt it.
Yeah. So, all right. So, Shane, any hope at all for this one? Or you're
No.
on Team Mario?
I've been day one. It's not happening, and Team Mario man day one. The only thing I will say is I want to be wrong. Like Mario can't afford to be wrong because he's in deep. Like he's gonna get abused. But like,
Nah,
like,
man.
like
That's past.
for me,
Those
for
are
me,
early.
like think of the amount of fun we've had making jokes and chatting about this. It's coming. It's not coming.
Oh,
Whatever.
it's fun. It's
Like
fun,
I
man.
really want it to happen because I know that some of my collector friends will actually go and buy this. I will feed off the hype. I will love talking about it, speculating the price and shipping, and like this is going to be like it'll be a massive talking point, and I want to live vicariously through other people. But I think this is going to be Jedi Starfighter. Like, where does one put this? Like every single photo or video I've seen of that Batwing 1989, I've practically salivated looking at. But it's a lot of the photos I'm seeing. It's like kind of it's arrived, and well, now it's sitting here at my kitchen table, and I have no idea what to do with it. You know what I mean? Very few actually look displayed without being kind of cumbersome. But yeah, I don't think this is coming.
All right.
I want to
The
be wrong.
problem with the problem with that Batwing is that, from what I've seen, is that people are still trying to figure out like a wall mount, like a TV wall mount to use it to have it on a wall, and because of the weight of the Batwing, you need to have a wall mount that have a good bearing capacity that can support that thing or something like that. So I don't know, but yeah.
All right. So do you think it's coming though, Joao? Do you think we still have hope?
The N1?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't believe it would come if they showed it like in the summer showcase, right? They show it over there, just like see, we can see these, we can do these huge pieces, something like that, just like a flexing. But why they went to the trouble with making a video showing the detailed size of everything, then taking it to San Diego Comic Con. Even last time they did that tease about Mando, how much they love Mando, and so much of that stuff they show the N1. I mean, there's no need for them to tease it so much if they were not thinking about announcing it, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But to be frank, after what happened with season 3 of Mando, because the hype went down a lot, I don't know if maybe Hot Toys is considering should we really risk this? Would have enough people to get this piece? I don't know, but it's sure. If Hot Toys doesn't do it, Jazz Inc. will do it. And they know this. Hot Toys knows this, that if they will not going to do it, Jazz Inc. will. And they have done the same thing with the Batmobile, the new movie from Batman. Hot Toys were just sleeping, and Jazz Inc. ones are still starting to ship.
But
So
Hot Toys, I would imagine Hot Toys would probably try to build this thing in a larger volume compared to what Yost would do. So would it be worth it financially for Hot Toys to even consider making this thing in production? Right?
Yeah,
Imagine
Yost is going to have a
Tumbler
certain
sitting.
size. Yeah.
For all we know, they could even make this in a 1/12 scale.
Yeah.
That's true. They could.
That doesn't count. And just to be clear, as
Don't give
Mario's
Mario a
representative
copy.
and
also-
lawyer,
Mario
I
cop
also
out.
don't think
No,
that
doesn't
would
count.
I think Mario
the
wins.
bet- the
If
bet
it's a
was
1/12
1/6.
scale, Mario wins.
All
Because
right,
what
all
we
right.
are talking is the 1/6 scale. But it's like you said, Marco, and Monica from Hong Kong. He also told me, like, you have no idea of the size of this thing. And even if you want to put this on a table, you would need a huge table to place this thing. This is enormous. He doesn't
Shit is
believe Hot
massive.
Toys will do this. So
It's massive.
that's what it is.
To see it in person, it's massive.
It is, right? Yeah. And so I still do think it's coming, again, because I think there's enough dead space that they could manufacture it and package it in a way that's like easily,
Did you touch
not
it?
easily, just, did I touch it? No, I didn't. I was tempted.
so
No,
many
I'm-
jokes.
Yeah.
I'm just
Who's too
curious.
big? I just couldn't.
I think this should be like a very light piece because it's all
I think so too. Yeah, exactly. I think it should just be like a
Then everyone's going to complain it's not
that intensive a
diecast.
piece. Yeah, there's going to be
Do you even
complaints
know
always.
anybody that would get this? I don't think anybody on YouTube would get this.
Calvin will get it.
What the
I don't,
fuck?
I don't even
depends
know
on
if
the
Justin
price.
would get
Dude,
I think it
Calvin, you've
depends on
proven
the
time and
price.
time again that you get these big ass pieces, bro. I would
Yeah,
suspect.
Batman
you wouldn't get
pieces.
this.
Not
You wouldn't get
this.
this. You wouldn't get this.
Nah.
Of course.
Wow, you
will.
surprised me.
I think this is one for like, it's not for even like, this isn't even one for kind of your regular run-of-the-mill 1/6 scale collector. I think this is one for the people that like have basements.
Yeah.
Literally
Right.
basement
Huge
displays
basements.
where they have a long aisle and in the middle they could be like, okay, I could get like some sort of a pedestal here. So I don't even think this will look good on the table. I think if like my vision in my head, if I had some sort of a basement and I had all my cabinets going around the outside, I'd have some sort of pedestals in the middle if I had enough space, and that's where you display your like a big vehicle
But
or statues.
even with that, you would think a studio scale model would probably make more sense than a 1/6 scale. You know, I see those kind of collectors going for something like that.
Like a
instead
bit
of-
smaller, basically, like
Right, but it's studio
what
studio
they
scale.
did with the bat.
Kind of in a sense, 1/12. You know, but studio
Yeah.
scale it could be like about that same size.
No, but
Yeah.
then you have this problem. If they do a 1/12 scale, this will never fit with the droids that they are making. Then the droids will look would look too big for this N1.
Force perspectives, well, that's why you do that. That's,
no,
that's
no,
how
no,
that.
no, no, no.
That's
I
how
just
No,
don't
it's
get
true.
the
You got
droids.
companion pieces that wouldn't fit anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
I am
Doc Schmizzle
curious to
saying,
see
oh, go ahead, Shay.
what TMS. I think we're missing 100 and 101, are we? Or is it just 100?
Yes, it's N1 and Mando and Grogu.
I am
only
curious
be.
to see
Can only be.
what they are. But do they
Unless
give
they
the
are doing,
vehicles
unless they are
random?
doing like cast Mando or something like that, some crazy thing. I don't know.
Maybe it's Willy Wonka.
You never know. You never know. So Doc Schmizzle is saying, I've got 2 spots perfect for it. Wouldn't even take up any of my collection space. Doc, you are blessed to have that space, and that's awesome to hear. But I think you're right. For most people, this just it would be a non-starter. It's way too massive. There's going to be plenty, if it is released, and I still do think it will be released, I think people will buy it and then get it and like, all right, where the heck do I put this thing? I'm sure that's
Exactly.
happened with the Batwing, right? Like Shane was alluding to. So it's like, you think that you know where it's going to go, but then it's just way bigger than you could ever anticipate. I would say, so to play devil's advocate, why does this exist? I think if it's not going to be released, it is a good advertising piece for them, right? I know when I was there at Comic-Con, the guy from Mythbusters, the one that does all the Star Wars like custom displays, he was out there like kind of interviewing the folks from Sideshow, and so it's getting a lot of attention to Hot Toys, to Sideshow. So at the very least, it's a cool advertisement piece. But I think it's going to come.
So
be honest.
and
Guerrilla
let me ask you
marketing
this.
at best.
Let me ask you this: when Sideshow have on their website coming soon, right? Do they get approval from Hot Toys just to put that there, or they just put there because they want to?
Who knows?
I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason to those, honestly, because there's been plenty that were in the graveyard that were coming soon, right?
Yeah, isn't the back computer coming soon as well?
That's an easy one, but that's an easy one. That's I don't think that will be a huge problem. If they want to do that, they could definitely do. I don't think that's a huge. Don't. What are you going? Yeah.
No, I had that one ready to go. I had that one ready to go as another exhibit of one that we're still waiting on. So they seem to not always
I
do
think
these
this will
larger
come.
display pieces.
I think
It
this
seems
will
why
come.
not?
This is
Why not?
an easy one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now see this, I would get.
Heck yeah, I think this would be a slam dunk piece for a lot of folks.
And then you're gonna have to get like Zach's Wonderland to like 3D print out some Jokers so you could swap them into the screens, because there's no Jack Nicholson here, as Joao pointed out before.
That's right. Oh
Maybe the
boy.
Matrix.
And you can see the armory in the background that just got released. So yeah, maybe this one will come out of the graveyard. So let's just finish up here with the final topic, and it's going to be hanging in the Louvre, and that is InArt will release 2 more figures this year. This is a tough one, so I'm glad no one else but me got this
Good luck.
one. Yeah, so
This is rigged,
all
bro.
right.
There's no way that if I would have picked this, that the N1 wouldn't have come up.
No,
It's in your
I'm
thumbnail,
telling you
bro.
100%.
It's in your
I-
thumbnail, dude. You've already got me baited, man.
Yeah, of course. Well, we were going to talk about that, but so yeah. But no, Bickett, come on, like shave it. I thought it was like a dead giveaway that was going to be the N1. But
And this looks so good.
yeah, so we got some updates recently from InArt. I am not personally super enthused by the way that they went about updating us. It was kind of a lot of text and a lot of noise, and not necessarily like, here's our roadmap, like they did with that Phase 1 offering that we don't know whether it's
Forget
good.
about that phase
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
Do you know what it was
Seems
like,
it's out of
Mario? Oh, sorry, I called Marco Mario. I'm gonna get shit for
It
that.
happened again. Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Sorry.
See?
Oh,
All
man.
right.
I love that I'm always
So,
on your
sorry,
mind, dude.
Marco, and I apologize, Mario. Sorry. Do you know what it was like? Okay. Do you know what it was like, Marco? Do you know the way like they were trying to say we were working on improving everything? So they were like, you know what? We're not going to say improving. We're going to say optimized. Did you ever see that episode of Friends when like Joey has to write a speech, and he's writing it really basic, and then someone shows him how to use the synonyms on
Gosh, the
on Microsoft
thesaurus.
Word. So he
Yeah.
signs it baby kangaroo Tribbiani. You know what I mean? Instead of Joey Tribbiani. So, because he obviously used the thesaurus thing. Like, it was funny. They were trying to say, like, we're working on improving, and they just put in optimize in everything. I just thought that was really funny. Like, was I the only one who found that, like, optimized was
That's
in every
awesome.
single line?
Yeah, it was just a bunch of copy paste over and over again. So like I said on Collecting Weekly, they should have just done a hype video, show us their artists hard at work on pieces, and maybe just little teases of things here and there. But right now we've got no clue what they're doing. That being said, my position is they're going to release 2 more figures. So I think the Joker was the largest pre-order they had, according to what John has said on the streams, right? Significantly larger than the other ones that they've put out. So I think Gandalf is next, and then potentially Pennywise, with maybe Aragorn trailing after that. I do think that they're going to release 2 more figures because they've gotten through most of these Jokers. They've now got a streamlined process. They've figured out all the kinks, and they're going to be able to ramp up production and release. And now release doesn't mean get them all out, but at the very least, get a few of them into collectors' hands. They're going to get
December 31st.
There you go. By December 31st, they're going to get the Gandalf, and they're going to get that Pennywise out, because I know the Pennywise was a smaller batch. And so, like, yeah, they've already figured out what their production pipeline looks like, so should be ramping up from here on out. Eddie, I will kick it over to you to say, do you think we're going to get any more releases at all from InArt this year?
Other than Gandalf and Pennywise?
No, so just other than the Joker,
Oh,
knowing
I
how
think
slow
we'll
they've
get-
been with the Joker.
I don't know. I think we'll definitely get Gandalf before the end of the year. I mean, we're still pretty early on in the year. We're barely hitting Q2 or whatever, right? So, yeah, I think we'll see a good, at least Gandalf. I don't know about 2. maybe one. But I actually prefer them taking their time. I don't want them to speed stuff up because like the Joker came out like the prototype, and like when do we ever see anything come out like a prototype, even with statues? So like if that means taking your time gets it exactly like the prototype, then take your time, dude, because I want the Lord of the Rings line to be perfect. So I'm not in a huge hurry with InArt. Like take your time. You're doing great. So I don't want them necessarily to speed anything up, even though I do want the Lord of the Rings stuff fast. But like, yeah, I'm not in a hurry. And I feel like the company now is like, it's a little bit like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't with this community. So like the update that we got is fine. Like they're still doing more than Hot Toys, and like we give them a bunch of shit for it. So like, I mean, as far as updating us, they're doing more than Hot Toys. So
Okay.
not they're doing more figures, but like this community is rough to deal with sometimes.
It
man.
is. I think they learned their
Let
lesson
them
real
let
quick.
them do
like
their
these-
shit. They did an amazing job with Joker. They fucking nailed it. So I think they're doing great shit. So
And yours is on the way, Eddie?
as today, man, should be
Who'd you get it from?
1/6 kit.
Ah, cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Which one did you get? The Ruta 2-pack?
Yep.
Nice.
That was a rough invoice. It's like, oh.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So mine actually says still on track for delivery by the end of today. So
I looked
might
up-
Still get it.
I looked up mine too, and it said it was in Van Nuys, which is like 20 minutes
Not far.
from here. So
Yeah. Same with mine. It's so close I could just go get it.
yeah.
So hopefully soon. Dual unboxing this weekend or what?
Oh, I can't do it this weekend.
All right. We'll figure something out. So Shane, how about yourself, man? Do you think they're going to get to any additional figures this year, given how slow the Joker rollout has been?
Man, look, optimizing takes time. I think that
Optimizing.
I agree with everything Eddie said. Like I'm that kind of patient collector who, if I'm given a choice, you can wait an extra 3 months and you can save $50 on this. I'll probably do that. Or you can get it now and it'll be an 8 out of 10, or you can get it in 6 months and it'll be a 10 out of 10 grand. So if they're taking their time and they keep the standard of the Joker, perfectly fine. I'm happy with that. I do think they'll release 2 more this year. Now, it could be a case that one of them arrives sometime in Q3, and then maybe like one of them arrives really late Q4. So like basically Joao gets it, no one else, and then everyone gets it the next year.
I have a question for you guys. Pete brought this up on OFAC yesterday. The cloak, are we getting the cloak, or do we have to order the cloak separately now?
It doesn't make sense. Like the thing they wrote.
This cloak
Yeah.
you're
Makes sense.
saying.
I gotta admit, I didn't really read that update
right,
too
so-
much. I just saw
What?
Aragorn,
Yeah.
and
What
I
makes you
didn't
think
read
they
the
would have to
update,
order
but-
the cloak separately?
because they were saying something about go ahead.
So optimization on the InArt Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring. Let me just do it like this. So there's
It's
less
the first
noise.
bullet point, I think, is it? Or
Optimization
Can you,
is
full
as
screen it?
follows: official self-supporting channel, special accessories, black cloak, publish.
what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. But why would we not get the cloak though? I get it's confusing messaging, but I don't know that there would be any reason why we wouldn't get it.
So are they trying to have some exclusivity with their own site?
Oh, okay. That's the speculation, huh?
That's what it kind of sounds like.
Okay. Well, that would be a really weird thing for them to do. Let's hope
Gotcha,
that that's
does it?
not the case. And if only John was maybe equipped to come on streams and then answer those type of questions. I think that's been the frustrating part. It's like he will be visible, but everything is mostly like, let me talk to the team and get back. And then we don't have a clear, line of like, oh, here were all the follow-ups that you had to do. So
But
would hope
in
that
his
someone could
defense,
hold him to it.
witness protection, it's very tricky.
In his defense, Mexico has spotty Wi-Fi, allegedly. No, joking. So Toy Box is saying, I think the issue is that they are treating the releases like they're statues and doing batches. They should manufacture a larger batch before releasing instead of multiple small batches. Yeah, I guess so, but I think that they're probably just wanting to get them out of their possession, right? They probably don't have a huge storage space, so they got to just move them out.
And if they do batches, they utilize marketing more. Like, there's more people on YouTube that are going to be putting out videos, and more people are going to want it and stuff. So.
Yeah,
But
true.
too, with
You
these
get 'em
smaller
in more people's
batches, I
hands.
mean, does the paint work like remain superior if they do smaller batches? You know, so they're
I
not
would think
overworking
so.
everybody like with a like double the batch that they would particularly use.
That's
You
the
know what I mean?
hope, right?
Well, yeah,
I thought it'd be
would-
better because smaller batches mean they can take a little bit more time on each figure.
Right, exactly.
suppose
Like,
it's
like
so, like,
perfect their
then-
craft, you know.
Then there's
We'll do the
there's the
quality.
argument though bigger batches that the latter ones would be better because they've got better as they've gone along.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. So
See
that's
both
why
sides.
that's why I'm thinking. You know, they've worked on that optimization, and hopefully they've got the
Yeah,
process
optimizing the
down.
crap out of it, man.
So Joao, what do you think? Do you think obviously you're going all in on the InArt releases? Do you think that they're going to get a few more out this year?
If they follow the release schedule, they must, because Gandalf is supposed to go out between April and June. Then is Pennywise next, and Batman was also for the third quarter of this year.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
wasn't
Aragorn-
Gandalf? Did they say that they're going to delay Gandalf? You know, just because of the what you call it, some of the,
I'm
the
not sure if
optimizations that they wanted to implement. You know, from the
I'm
community.
not sure if I heard I didn't remember this update, but I don't know if I'm remember correctly. John said probably first will be Pennywise and then Gandalf. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
anyway, even this Aragorn was supposedly to go out on this fourth quarter of 2023. So all the figures they have at this moment
They've promised a lot.
on pre-order are are expected to release within this year.
I feel like
And
they've
wha-
got to get at least 2 more out just to like save face, right? If they put them all for this year and then everything slips to next year, that would be a
Because
bad look for
supposedly
them.
they are going to introduce their Harry Potter very soon, in a few days or something like that. They are going to announce their Harry Potter, and when you have then 5 figures on pre-order with only one release, it doesn't look that good. It's a lot of money in their hands, right?
It's a shell game, exactly.
Yeah,
And I think you just
so-
alluded to it, but in their post with all the updates, they mentioned that the Batman suit is it's a very complicated suit. So to me, that felt like an excuse
Yeah.
that they're already going to have it slip because, hey, this is complicated. Give us time. To Eddie's point, that's fine. Take your time, get it right. But
It's fine,
Yeah.
but remember, the Hot Toys one will go out this year.
yeah. So that makes that one a lot more appealing to a lot of folks, right? Like I was already planning on getting both, but maybe some folks will, jump ship and go with Hot Toys. Really quickly, Trevor, 1-6 shooter in the house. What's going on, Trevor? Thank you for joining here.
And yeah, I think InArt is disappointing a lot of people because the lack of communication. At least in this update, they could tell you, okay, this figure is going is delaying how many months or for next quarter or something like that. Because for us that pay the figures and pre-orders and so on, we want to know, right? We
But
have the
dude,
right
at
to
least
know what.
at least they are communicating them still, and to a degree. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they
I
are
don't even
King
know
of the
that
Hill
it's
does it.
useful communication, though, right, Mario?
I don't know. I didn't read the post, so I'm just assuming.
To optimize that
Aren't you
communication.
guys used to
Yeah.
it with Hot Toys though? It's
I know,
they're
right? That's
slower
what
than
I'm
Hot
saying.
Toys, so it's like, what do you guys? Yeah, it's a year. It's always gonna be a year.
But I think their selling point was that it was going to be higher quality and it was going to come out faster. I remember when John was making the rounds; those were like 2 things that were that they were pushing.
I don't think you.
So
That seems contradictory. Like, I don't remember them saying it'll be faster, but you can't have better quality faster. Like, that doesn't sound like a thing that happens.
if you're doing less figures, theoretically, you
Yeah,
could, right?
right. Yeah. If it's
well,
a
they
smaller
reopened
batch.
orders for the Joker, so that's why that
They did?
faster thing. Yeah, they
Yeah, it's-
originally
it's
they
a
were
three-
supposed to
3-day
cut it
window.
off, and they
it's a
reopened.
3-month window.
That's right.
A 3-month.
Exclusive though. It says exclusive 3-month window.
So Trevor saying, I realize these aren't custom runs and a company setting a release date is a different thing, but I'm used to it. Willing to wait until these are ready and don't care if they don't come out in time. Yeah, I think
Yes,
within reason for
yes.
sure. Like, yeah, definitely. Like you guys were saying, take your time, get it
Well,
right. But
what's the rush? What's the rush to have them in hand so soon? You know, when you have the opportunity for them to actually deliver on a more quality product instead of rushing it out, why not just wait?
I think that the troubling part becomes because they showed us where they want to go, and there are figures like, let's say, Justice League from the Zack Snyder universe. If those aren't coming for another 3 to 4 years, is that gonna is there still gonna be demand for those? Are they gonna have to completely reconfigure things? So it just begs a lot of questions, I think. But I'm not pressing them too much. I just want more clear communication.
I think when people see like, you know, the kind of work that they're putting into those figures, there might be the demand might, you know, spike just because of the quality,
That
the
would
artistry that they're putting in
require.
these pieces.
You think too highly of the community, Mario. You think way too.
I'm
fucking
just speculating, bro. No, I know that you're probably right. Well, I would like to think better of the community, but whatever.
And so, go ahead, Mario. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm done.
So Doc Smizzle has a question for Joao. Where's John Lander?
I don't have a single idea where's that thing. I just know that the Rogue is coming this next week. The rest, I don't know anything about John Lander. I don't know.
Okay.
I already lost any feeling to have that figure because I waited for so long.
All the
I
hype
already
is...
lost.
Maybe for the next season they can release it. Let's see. Tremble Dust is saying, yeah, I don't get too much of the complaining, even though I'm waiting on my InArt Joker. I can wait if the figure is on point. Although, if by July 1, I may go, come on now. Yeah, so I think that's the thing. There's waiting, and then there's like, all right, this is getting like kind of crazy. So Eddie's right. We are used to it with Hot Toys, but we just need to, if their selling points are communication, we just need clear communication.
It's harder
from
to
them.
wait when people are getting them. I can wait if no one is getting them, but once there's videos of reviews and everybody's getting them, then I get impatient. Then I'm like, all right, where's mine? You know, but if I'm waiting for the actual release, that's
That's why I want Pennywise or Gandalf, because I have my Joker since December.
That's true. It's
Would you
probably
like to
harder.
see-
Yeah, it's probably harder when you got yours already. Like, I'm barely getting Jokers, so for me, it's like you're already ready for seconds, and I haven't even served myself yet. So
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But when you do,
And one thing is interesting,
you
you know?
hopefully have yours today, and hopefully Marco will have yours
One
yours
thing
today as well.
is interesting
Hopefully.
And I'll
is
have mine
that
in
with his
December.
Joker, I don't know if
I'll
Shane.
have mine in
I don't know
January
if
next year.
Shane. Anyone has there in it? No, Shane had.
Only
don't
you and
have
Shane are the only
you
ones.
don't have, right? No. Yeah.
Pardon?
You
What
don't
is
have
it?
any with you. The
Me?
Joker you have, right?
It's right
No,
over your
I put
shoulder.
up the review. Yeah.
Okay, but you have it in our display now. You have it or not? I'm seeing
It's right
it.
over his shoulder.
Yeah,
I just showed you.
I have the diorama cell Joker just to my right here, as in I have the rooted the diorama one here sitting on. It's off camera. It's just the
So and
the jail
how
cell is
i-
there.
How is the hair?
How is the hair?
Is
Or the
still
head?
with that the hair.
Like
That's
the hair,
rooted, right?
Yeah, rooted. Hasn't budged like, as in.
But it's still like wet.
Jesus, yours came wet. What the fuck?
Wow.
No, it's
Drunk
like
and personal.
it looks the exact same as it did when it first arrived.
so it looks greasy.
Yeah,
greasy
it's kind of.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. It's not greasy. It's
exactly,
held in
because-
place. There's a bit maybe. I wouldn't say it's wet. Like it's kind of like it's almost like there's hairspray in it to keep it together.
Mm.
Like
That's
it hasn't
exactly
started to
that's-
go out in the air or anything like that.
That's what I'm telling you. Exactly like mine. Mine is exactly as it came out of the box, and it's been already half year.
Is
Yeah.
it still wet as well? After a
And-
year, it's still
It's
wet?
like that. I don't know what product they use, but it's still
And
completely
like,
in shape.
mine, like I told you, that the two little, what you call them, like the tubes, the cylinders that the
Yeah.
head sculpts came in, like mine had popped off and they were rolling around inside there when I got them delivered. I
wow.
obviously wasn't
wow.
happy with that, but the hair, like there was a few hairs out of place and I just patted them down, no problem. But I mean, like just again reiterating what Eddie said, I do think good things are worth waiting for, and quality sometimes takes that time, and that bit of patience will pay off when you get them in hand. Even the weight of the figure, it's quality. The joints are stiff, like the sculpting and the root and the hair all looks good. And mine wasn't perfect. I have had an issue with it. Obviously the two sculpts not been pegged down when I got them, but that's down to someone messing around with the box, but also a lack of foresight, I think, on InArt's part. They should have really pegged them down a bit, but I'm the only one who've had that problem, I believe. And because of that, there was a little nick on the jail cell version's nose, and the two head sculpts were the same, and I didn't realize until, like, you know, after a few days or whatever, like, I'd done the review, and I was like, oh shit, they're actually the same. Someone pointed out to me, I was like, damn, because I was more concerned about the nick.
Oh, wow.
But I contacted Line Rock, and they said, we're on it, and they got back to me and said, InArt are going to ship us out our next batch to sell, and they'll supply the smirking head sculpt for you. That's all I've heard, but they said they'll 100%
That's awesome.
sort it, as in InArt have said that, so which is great, like, you know. But
That's beautiful to hear.
Are
again,
they
I went
asking you to
with
destroy the old sculpt or mail it back or anything? Or
I haven't got that far yet, but I presume when Line Rock get their next batch of the InArt routed, and they send on that head sculpt and that gets sent on to me, they'll probably communicate, right, we want you to send back the extra one with the nick in the nose.
yeah.
Or they'll say destroy it. I hope they say destroy it, because that would be so much fun. And if they don't say anything, I'm selling that.
Yeah.
But, like,
That's
I'd imagine I'll
Cut
have to
the
destroy
hair
it, but that'll be a flamethrower video, which will be
That's right.
bittersweet.
Oh.
I did see that one though. They beat you and Joao to the punch. Those folks that lit the rooted Joker on
Yeah,
fire.
yeah.
That was
It's such a
incredible.
shame, though, isn't it? Like, but I get that they have to
Wait, who lit it
prevent
on
themselves
fire?
getting scammed as well. Like,
I don't recall what group it was in, but someone had to
there
destroy
was in a
theirs.
group because the guy was saying in the video that InArt asked him to destroy the head sculpt, and he just basically burned the head sculpt on the floor.
Oh, okay. All right. So it just wasn't like malicious. It was actually just because there was a return involved or something.
I would buy a cheap head sculpt on eBay with rooted hair and then just film it with a Nokia from 6 years ago, and they will not know. I just
Take
put
your
the thing burning.
DX11 and just smash the shit out of it.
Oh,
That's hilarious.
you should have done that with the
Yes,
bane you sent Marco first, man. Son
Oh,
of a
man.
perfect.
Oh,
Man, when I see that Bane in Marco's hand, I thought, oh, it actually looks cool. Why did I send that shit to him?
He's starting to regret it. Oh,
He told me send it back right now. Well, thank you.
I'll be
No,
honest.
it looks beautiful in the collection right now. So Mario, any additional thoughts about InArt, about any releases this year, or
yeah. The Pennywise makes sense. Gandalf, I'm still under the belief just because of the delay with the adding the what was it, the other staff or something like that. The one that I don't know. I forget what the thing was.
yeah, I don't recall either. But
Was
yeah,
it just
I know
that?
Zach
Was it just that and something else, or?
I know that y'all had been pressing him to look into the various details on the costuming as well, and I don't know that.
Mine was
and
the
also
beard
the
length.
length of the beard. That's what it was,
Yeah,
right?
That's
But
what
yeah,
my
I don't know that
was,
we
yeah.
ever received answers on any of that stuff. So who knows if it's going to be changed or not?
Yeah. I mean, hopefully they'll surprise us, with all of these optimizations, so I wouldn't mind a delay if that's the case.
Absolutely.
When it comes to Gandalf. I think it's possible that they could get Batman out by the end of the year as well. They could probably just slide in, at the last minute and go ahead and release that figure. So I think we can see at least 2 this year.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully they're going to get the ball moving here. Again, to make really high quality figures, it's going to take time, but hopefully a bit faster than the Joker release, which has been, Joao has had his for.
Yeah, if it's
almost
higher
6 months
quality,
longer
man,
than
I'm
me.
all for waiting, dude. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna put it anyway, so I
That's
can
right.
wait.
Space
I'll
is
promise
always that
space.
problem.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So let's see. So who hasn't gone yet? Everyone has gone at this point. No, I'm kidding.
Calvin.
Calvin. What do you
Alright, get it
what do you
again.
think of this
expect
one?
now. As far as InArt and I'm concerned, I don't give a damn until I get my Joker. That's where I'm at. I don't plan to order nothing else from them until I get one in hand. So I mean, don't get me wrong, everyone's looks great. I love that my guys are getting theirs today. Shit, Marco's gotten it twice now. So I'm like,
I know.
okay, I'm just sitting back waiting. I actually woke up to an email this morning talking about in June, and then when you open up the email, it says end of June. I was like, all right.
Oh, that's some BS,
man.
especially because you paid too. That's
I know. Didn't
Exactly.
they already hit you for an invoice?
Oh yeah, I closed that out a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, then there's not shipping it yet.
Negative.
the Devil's Workshop. Yeah.
Man, trust me, I learned my lesson. I've got this and another figure I got for free, that my deluxe loot. Otherwise, I've never had a problem with them prior to this. I've ordered playing things, big pieces from them too. But this
You
is
got a
it for
free
me.
figure?
Yeah, I got that deluxe loot. Now, pay for shipping for that too. When's it coming? Who knows?
When the prices drop overseas. is what
Right.
they're gonna
I
send
know,
you.
right? They probably already sold it. And, yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, hopefully you get yours soon. And FBJ is saying, facts, Calvin, same boat. So, yeah, hopefully they're towards the end of what's going to be coming out here, and then the market can be settled, and we'll know how many Jokers are actually out there. Joker J, there are so many hot toys coming. I can wait on InArt. No rush. It's true. There's so much stuff coming. I think just like we were saying with the May 4th announcements, it's like our plates are already pretty full, so you can't be too mad that there's not a bunch of new shit on the horizon.
Yeah, we can. Shit, there's no freaking Return of the Jedi love. What the fuck?
Yeah, come on. You're right.
Where's the
You're
rest of
right.
that
You got
at?
two fucking. You got
Don't
the
give
same
me
as
that
Clone
bullshit
Wars.
when last year they gave us like 5 figures on freaking May 4th for the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones. Get out of here with that bullshit.
And
dude.
nine, and 9 overall.
Yeah. And we're only getting 2 from Return of the Jedi? Come on, man.
Even Empire,
What the hell?
we got 4, and that was still a bit. Come on, lads.
Yeah. Yeah, and Trevor says Andor also. There's another one. We ain't get shit for Andor.
Oh, that's going to
Andor.
upset me thinking about that. No, don't you dare, Eddie.
Who the fuck wants Andor?
Andor
What the
is
fuck?
so good.
Andor and Biggs
Dude, I would
2-pack
take a
or
Deidre.
rewrite.
I would take some of the Imperial pieces, man. Freaking some of the clones.
What
If
a
they just
banger
give us
show.
Andor and Luton, it would just be enough to.
It's funny how Eddie's shirt comes in saying logic.
Ah,
Look at that.
I know that. How how
That's
ironic
a
is
message.
that?
The subtle message.
Oh man. So I know Joao has to head out for lunch at this point. So do I. So I
Sorry,
think with
out
that,
for lunch.
for-
Here
for
it's
lunch?
2 a.m.
Lynch.
Yeah, he's got to go to
The
sleep.
fuck?
all right, lunch is normally when LWO is on, so I'm messing around a little bit, but I do have to head out for lunch. So I think with that, we will wrap today. I'm gonna just really quickly go down the panel.
No, you will not.
I
already
just
told
really
you
quickly
not
have
do
to.
this.
I know you did, but I just want to give everyone a little bit of time to shine, just so we know what's coming up on everyone's channel, since we haven't heard from these folks. Just really quick, everyone keep it to like 2 seconds.
Can we do
Eddie,
like
what's-
this? Can we do like this?
Let's
Who
hear.
wants to talk, talks. Who don't want? Who
There
doesn't
you
want to talk, doesn't talk.
All right, fair enough. Eddie, you have anything coming up on the channel?
No,
All
absolutely.
right,
not.
so pass. All right,
Yeah.
so Shane, anything
Joel
coming up
left.
on the channel at all?
Tomorrow I got Blue Tattoo on an episode of Visions, so I'm looking forward to that.
Oh.
I'll schedule it
Heck
tonight.
yeah.
Thanks for
Oh,
having me.
cool.
All right, looking forward to that. Thank you for being on, Eddie and Shane. Joao, anything coming up at all? Any third-party figures coming in for review?
I only review third party.
Any 1/6 figures coming in for review at all on your channel?
New statues coming in? For real?
Yeah, I will going to check that Rogue from So Toys
Oh yeah,
when comes in, and I don't know what's coming more. I will be later on LWO, of course.
Yeah.
10:30 EST, and yeah, that's it. What was your last episode of Visions? Because I was Austin.
Yeah, Austin.
Oh, okay, it was a good one, Austin. Right.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I still need to go check that out. Yeah, love Austin. So Joao, thank you for being on. Looking forward to that Rogue review. I think I'm supposed to get my invoice this week as well, so that's one I can't wait for. So Mario, beyond LWO coming up on on 6 Scale Reviews channel tonight, what do you have coming up on your channel?
Put up a collection tour. Y'all go check it out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my, really?
Already?
I completely
Today?
missed this.
Already.
Okay.
I put up last night. No one's watching it. So
Wow,
What?
I missed
Check it
it.
out.
I was
never
on
receive
YouTube
any
this morning. I haven't
don't
seen
have
it.
any notification.
it's a short.
He is shitting
So
with
that's
us.
why.
a short.
That's what it is. All
Oh,
right.
it's a short.
That's why.
Okay, well,
yeah.
everyone go check out Mario's collection short. I'm definitely going to watch that right after this. Anything else coming up at all?
Nah, that's basically it right now. I actually want to do like a full-on collection tour. I want to sometime soon. All right. So yeah, that's basically it. But thanks for having me on, dude.
Of course. Thank you for joining, Mario. Appreciate it, brother. Calvin, you're going to be popping up on LWO tonight. Anything else you're going to be making an appearance on? I'm assuming on Lael's channel next week, since you're a regular.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to BWO tonight. So we'll see how that goes.
BWO.
BWO.
What?
Wow.
DWO.
Damn, there's something we don't know about.
Wow. He's taking over. Calvin's taking over now. See, I warned you about this guy.
Yeah, I was on the
Whoa.
first video,
See,
man.
whoa, did y'all catch that? He just
Yeah,
said,
I
he said
caught it.
these.
Yeah, I
He said
caught it.
these.
I
What,
fucking.
you people? That's where we're going? You people, huh, Marco?
Yeah, these damn Lakers fans. I told you. I told you gotta
Nah,
watch out for
He was
these.
going elsewhere. See? You gotta watch these dudes, man. See? Gotta
Yeah,
watch
you
this.
do have to watch me as well. You're 100%
No,
right.
but
So, all right.
I also watched it today, Calvin, and when
Ed-
it
Eddie.
was where
Eddie's my dude. Me and Eddie be here.
no, Calvin today you were streaming with who? With brother cousins, right? No,
Yeah, I caught the tail end of it last night.
no, you were with.
I was
and-
supposed to be on, but I caught the tail end because I got in late from my garden.
But you were somewhere today.
No, just here this morning.
Yeah,
And
he was with
yesterday.
Jay. He was with Jay yesterday. Yeah. Today for you,
I was with
yesterday
Jay
for us.
yesterday.
That's right, I
Right.
Yeah, and then you said when Jay asked you, so Calvin, what's up? Where I'm going to be live streaming with Marco and the guys. So we are the
There
guys.
you go.
You know what?
Marco and the guys.
Wow.
My bad, Joel.
Oh.
I got you.
Wow.
Man.
No,
Marco
I
and
have these
supporting
on
cast.
my notes.
Oh, well, Calvin.
I'll correct that next week.
You can say I will be
I'll say
streaming with
Joel.
Marco,
I'll
Big
say
Brother,
Joel
and the guys.
and the guy.
Oh.
Look at Triple Dust.
You know what? I made
It's all
that
right.
was my bad. I should have left Marco and cheating ass Dan out. It's Joel and Mario and P Rock.
That's right.
It's all right. Don't worry about it, Calvin. Don't worry about it. Big brother, don't worry about it. At least you guys, you got an invite. Like, I mean, come on.
Oof,
Why'd you
yeah.
not like the Irish? No.
I'm surprised I'm still on. I'll be the only one looking around like, damn, I'm still on here.
Man, Shane, next time you want to come back on, you let us know. I know it's in the middle of the night for you.
I don't want to come on. It's 3:30 in the morning.
And really
We
quickly
got to do a
before
weekend LWO edition, dude, for Shane.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Honestly, let's make that happen. Really quickly, Tremble Dust is saying BWO, Calvin, Brother Cousins, Leal, and Cam, Profi, P-Rock, etc. Y'all have the week off.
Yo, dude,
Man,
how dare
He
you?
didn't.
How
I
dare
love
you?
how he
man?
didn't even list me as the LWO on my own channel. But you know what?
Because he wasn't put together.
That's awesome. Yeah, I would love that actually. We got to make a special intro and we'll just
You know,
LWO, everyone's welcome. But
Especially for the weeks that they don't show up. Just know that me and
That's
Joel are always ready to go. It's never me and Joel.
Shit, yeah.
We're always
All right.
ready to go. It'll be
Yeah,
last.
stay
I'll be
ready.
ready. And the
Except
last
when you're
minute,
at your
be like,
bougie ass parties,
we're
man,
not
doing
coming.
when you're not available.
and I
You
still
got the
show up.
spotty Wi-Fi.
I show up on at parties. I show up on vacation out the country. I'm here.
that's right.
I'm dedicated.
You
I'll
know
be
why?
there.
Because you don't have to get ready if you
Y'all
stay
know,
ready.
y'all know how much shit I hear from my wife. You make sure to go talk to them though, right? I'm like, hey, I told the guys I'd be there.
But Calvin, you know why? You know why that is?
I'm your wife. Like, this is real life. Like, what are you doing?